Yo, people. Team Talk Podcast, episode 12. Myself, Samuel Law, and I got today with me. Hey, listen, this one's going to be a good one. I thought it. Started telling me this is going to be the best podcast yet. I got Nesi with me.
Yo, come on.
What are you saying? I got Coach with me. What are you saying, Coach?
Yeah, Coach ain't 100%, but I'm here. Yeah.
Guys, I feel like it's been an eventful weekend, you know, for sport. Do you know what I mean? It's just been I don't know, I feel like a lot has happened this weekend. We're gonna get straight into it. We just finished watching the. Let's start with the first game of the day, the derby day. It was Chelsea Fulham. Did you not catch that game?
I missed it, you know.
I watched a little bit.
Chelsea just obviously they had to bounce back from their defeat in that. You know what I mean? You know what I want to talk about with Chelsea? Let's get into it. Mauricio Sarri, or whatever you say his name, Sarri. He was talking about Hudson-Odoi, saying he's not ready for a Premiership. Yeah. Coach, you got that link with Hudson-Odoi. You get me. You've seen obviously the come up. You know what I mean? You got like family ties with him. So where is his head right now? Is he staying at Chelsea or?
Well, I ain't really saying too much, but if you just base it off what's going on, I think he's got 18 months left on his deal. They're looking at Sancho's situation, Reece Nelson, these people. He's ready for Premiership football. So I don't know what Sarri is talking about. To be fair, he's clearly ready for Premiership football. It's just that I don't think Chelsea are going to put him in until he signs that contract. So until he signs like a 4 or 5 year contract where they know, yeah, we've got you, I don't think they're going to push him into the Prem games like that.
But can they afford to mess around with him? Like seeing the
they can afford to mess around because they'll end up getting compensation for him, but it won't, like, because what did City get for Jadon Sancho? 8-9 million from Dortmund?
Yeah, but
so it's just a little compensation.
No, but they've lost the baller. That's what I'm saying.
They lost the baller.
Pep would love to have Sancho in his team like that.
But do Chelsea? It's not that they don't really care, but they know the next one's coming. At the end of the day, I think Hudson-Odoi can be special. That's me.
I think he's a baller.
Like from where before Sancho went to Dortmund, he was better than Sancho. He for me he was better. There were similar players, but he was better than Sancho.
If he went to Bundesliga, I think he would be up there as well.
It depends what team he plays with as well. That's what's really helped Sancho as well, because Dortmund are a club that they're not going to compete with Bayern money-wise, so they're going to give youth a chance. Yeah. So when they give youth a chance, then that's when you get to blossom, because you've got to play at the end of the day. You can't just keep buying players. You've got to play, and that's what Dortmund have allowed Sancho to do. So in terms of Callum, I think people just got to watch the situation closely. He's got 18 months left, and just see the games that he plays, because he only plays Europa. Yeah. And stuff like that. So
he scored in the midweek as well.
Yeah, and all that. So in terms of Prem games, I definitely think he's ready for it, but I think Sarri, maybe he's been told by above, don't really push the Hudson-Odoi train right now because we haven't locked him down yet. So
makes sense actually, as you put it that way. But yeah, so Chelsea beat Fulham today. Like I said, they had to get back to winning ways. Another thing that I want to talk about with Chelsea, Nace. I don't know if you saw Sarri's comments about Kante saying he's all over the place, and he can't play that role that he wants that Jorginho can play. And he even said Fabregas, that Jorginho and Fabregas can play. I think Kante, I mean, he's shown, not that he can do the actual things that Jorginho does, but he's played that role for Leicester, he won the league. Yeah. He played that role for Chelsea, he won the league. Yeah. So, get me?
I think, like you said, that's a very open shut and close one. Like, we've all seen that he can. So I don't know what Sarri's talking about. Maybe he means in terms of the way, like maybe not as quick passing but then again, Kante, I think
that is what I'm saying.
People actually underrate his forward play, and then again, what he did today, he got the assist for the first goal today from his right midfield position. So I don't really know what Sarri's on. He obviously has some kind of, I don't want to say, I don't know, allegiance to Jorginho or
he's brought him in it.
There's obviously something that he's seen in Jorginho. And the thing is, like, I don't think Kante's doing that bad.
Like, where he is now?
No, I'm not right saying he's not.
Yeah, he's not doing bad, but he's not the Kante that we know.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he's not doing what Tato Herrera's doing at Arsenal.
Yeah,
like,
he's getting the ball, and
he's not in his best position, straightforward. But I don't think it's that big of a deal. Like, everyone started making noise about it after the Tottenham match, which hindsight, and that's one thing I hate. Like, after a match, everyone all of a sudden, like, bro, how come no one said nothing before the match?
What? He was playing in the wrong position.
I noticed it.
I didn't
hear noise about it. It was only after last week when they lost. Everyone started going mad. But if you're asking me straight up and down, I don't agree with Sarri on that. You get me? I don't agree with that. Everyone knows Kante's best position is in that holding role.
So I think we should talk about Arsenal, you know.
Come on, let's go, man.
So obviously you're an Arsenal fan, yeah?
100%, bro.
Coach, did you watch the match?
Yeah, watched it, yeah. I mean,
Wait, let me ask you.
Yeah.
Because off the I did say to you, Arsenal are beginning to become a problem. Like, what did you say?
Yeah, when you say a problem for what, 4th place? Because they're playing with house money this season. They've got a new manager, and there's no expectations to win the league or anything like that. He's got to come in, put his stamp on things, which he has quite quickly. I think that's been the most surprising thing. I think even Arsenal fans will probably tell you, listen, let's give him the year to see what he can do. But I don't think they thought it would be this quick, basically. And he's come in and put his authority on things, basically, because it's clear the structure at Arsenal right now. They've got people at the top that buy the players, and Emre is supposed to coach the players. That's it. That's all he's focused on. He don't need to focus on what players he's buying. He might put his two cents in about what type of players he wants, but I think his sole job is to coach the squad that he's given. You don't
reckon Leno, Torreira, them, mate? You don't reckon those are Leno?
I think they were coming in with is it the Dortmund guys that came in?
Mistletoe.
Yeah, I think they were coming in anyway.
Yeah.
I think they put the groundwork in already. Yeah.
I don't know. Like, obviously, I don't know, innit? But all I know is, fam, like, we've got a manager now. Like, it feels so good, yeah. Like, I'm used to seeing, you feel me, Wenger on the touchline for so many years, watching and knowing if we're 3-0 down, I've got to wait till 75 minutes, fam, to see a substitution.
This guy made a sub half
when
time.
When you see a manager at 45 minutes and you get me, two players are playing dead, it will be a Mkhitaryan. I don't know what
and the
they
fans,
want that fast.
because I always used to think, I know we ain't got badges yet, but us fans, we can see certain things like, why is this guy playing?
This is what I'm saying.
But he's making the subs that you lot are seeing.
And the main thing which I'm happy about, listen, this guy, he hasn't got time for any of Ozil's nonsense, fam.
We're gonna get onto that. In terms of the game, how do you think the game went today? Like,
fam, it was a fantastic game. Simply for the fact that we started, as coach said off camera, for the first 30 minutes, fam. Like we started off on the front foot. We're taking it to Tottenham, but our problem still is that final third. We're not clinical enough. We're not ruthless enough.
You know what I'm saying? And Roby.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, we've got the finishers. Lacazette and Abba can both finish. But when like you need a man to maybe make a near run post, or when you need someone to put the right cross in, there's a tendency for Bellerin and Roby, these guys, to come up with some jazz, you feel what I'm saying, in the box, innit? So the way we started the game is fantastic. But the best part about it is when you went down, like, how many times have we seen ourselves under
I thought that was it.
Against the run of play as well. Just like that, you get me? Because it was against the run of play. Literally 2-3 minutes, I think Tottenham goals came in. And it was just literally 2 defensive errors.
Here we go now, Arsenal.
When you've got a man like Eriksen who can put in, like, a free kick to him, it's like a penalty to this guy, fam.
Literally.
He's either going to whip it in or he's going to pick someone out, which he did. You gave away a deadly free kick and a penalty, and it just changed it. And they were both pointless.
What was Holden doing for that second one, bro?
I don't know, fam. I just don't know.
He just tried. I think what he tried to do is block the shot. You know when?
But there was someone.
You know when defenders. No, but you know when defenders put their body on the line to.
But it's stupid because he actually tried to jump in front of another player. And you lost. Like, we always hear this. How many times do we listen to Match of the Day, the pundit, and we always say, what's that word? They always say out of control. That's what constitutes for a red card. You cannot. Once you come off the ground, you're putting yourself at risk in the box. For goodness' sake, I can understand if it was outside the box still. It didn't make any sense what he did.
But so that was 2-1, yeah. Aubameyang.
Fam.
Aubameyang.
You already know. This is what I'm saying. This is another. You got the receipts there. What did I say about the start of this season, fam? And everyone knows I'm a big fan of Kane. But Samuel, I'll let you say it. What was my statement, fam?
Yeah, you said Aubameyang.
I said this guy's gonna outscore Kane.
Yeah,
fam.
you said he's gonna outscore Kane.
When people always chat this jazz about when a player comes to the Premier League, and man always, what's that favourite line? Can he do it in the Premier League? Can he? Listen, there's certain man. If you've got it, you've got it. It doesn't matter if you play in Spain, if you play in England, if you play in Mars. If you're a baller of the highest degree, you're going to ball anywhere, fam. You see what I'm saying? Aubameyang, when that signing came, I did not panic because I knew he was going to do the business.
The thing is, I didn't argue with that statement you made that he'll get more goals than Kane because he came in January last season, and from January to the end of the season, I said, oh my God, this guy is going to be playing.
As soon as people were still, even when he came in January, people saying, he needs time to adjust it. There's no adjust, fam. If you got it, you got it, fam.
He just needs to play, innit? You don't really.
That, fam. And today, I saw something extra from him that I hadn't really seen before. You know, I would say there's 2 types of players. There's some that will like pick up the ball in the final third, like Messi, and do a madness. Then you got the players that are like the Ibras, who are like, listen, give me the ball and watch me do a madness. You see what I'm saying? I think Alba's that, innit?
Which one?
Supplying the ball, supplying the ball, and he'll do something mad.
Bro, the way he hit that first time, I had to start clapping my hands in my house, but I was like, wow.
That's what I'm saying. He's that, but today, I saw him work. And this is something where I prefer Aubameyang overall as a player, but Lacazette's got a better work rate, innit? Today, I saw Alba working, like tracking back for the ball, coming short.
He knows
when
it's a
other man
derby,
lost
man.
it.
He knows it's a derby.
That's what I'm saying.
To
fam.
get me, unlike other clubs that when it's derby time.
I want my players to have that attitude all the time, though, not just for derby, but yeah, it's nice to see it on a derby game. And that's, thank you. You just even reminded me. That was even, you know what? More than anything, yeah, the performance, the comeback, the goal, the quality of the goals we scored, yeah, fam. It was the bite. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Torreira.
Like, I saw a man. Forget even Torreira, right? You see, what's fam like Bellerin? I look at Bellerin as a cowboy.
Oh,
fam.
yeah.
I saw him getting in man's face.
Yeah,
like, when Dyer started celebrating to the fans, yeah, and then Liechtenstein grabbed him like, "What are you doing?" Then all the players, little Guendouzi.
Last season, Lingard was really rocking there.
Oh, this is what I'm trying to say. When it's a derby, I want to see that you care. When you're seeing your players get angry, I love to see that stuff.
That's why it hurt me so much with the Manchester derby. I thought this is not United, because you can't be performing like that at a derby. No bite, no mad tackles even to let them know. Me. But what was I gonna say? No Ozil today. Let's talk about Ozil.
Let's talk about him, bro. You already know, man.
Where does this leave Ozil? Because he got left out of the away game.
The major problem is Samo, the contract, fam, and the business side of football, fam. You see what I'm saying? Now, as much as we want to say football's a sport, and it was first a sport. Now in 2018, fam, football's a business, fam. Ozil is he's a brand himself. You see what I'm saying? These are the things I've started to learn over the past couple of years. You know, certain men, they have to play, fam, because they're a brand, and it brings a dish. Like Ozil, when he came to Arsenal, he brings his fans with him. Ronaldo, when he goes to Juventus, he's taking a bag of fans. You see what I'm saying? All of that factors in, fam. So us giving him a 350k contract was not because he's this fantastic player before me. It's because of who he is, his name, and his pulling power, the attraction that he draws to the club, because he's Mesut Ozil, this brand. Now, the issue is, fam, we're paying him too much, bro. I don't know how long this is going to last for. Plus, if I want to be... Second?
Don't count his pockets, man. Let him earn, man.
No. I'm not counting his pockets, G. I'm not counting his pockets. But are you hearing what I'm saying, G?
Yeah.
You can't have it. Brother, at the end of the day, for you now, you as a manager, you're picking who you think is going to give you the best chance of winning.
100%,
right?
yeah.
But you yourself said it a moment ago. Emery's got pressure from above, this and that, blah, blah, blah. So I don't know how it is inside. You see what I'm saying? We can only speculate and guess. There's a high chance that, hang on, this guy's paying 350k. If he's not playing, the board are going to say, why is my 350k a week man not playing? You see what I'm saying? You can say don't count his pockets. It counts, bro. It's a part of the thing. We can't act like it's not. You see what I'm saying?
On that level, how you just explained it definitely counts there. Because that's the board thinking about their business, isn't it? Like,
that's what
this guy's just sitting down picking up 350. But
how do you feel about Ozil?
Ozil, I just think he's just a guy that he's a luxury player. That's what it is. But I don't think he deserves that title. That's what I'm saying. If you're being a luxury player, I think the Ronaldinho.
What is a luxury player?
A luxury player is just go and do your thing. To me, so Ronaldinho is a luxury. I have never seen Ronaldinho track back like that.
I have a big issue with.
To
put Ozil and Ronaldinho in the same category.
No, but he's saying no. I'm talking about as in. That's my whole point about Ozil. He doesn't have that status to be a luxury player.
He's saying he's not.
But he walks around like a luxury player.
He said he's not a luxury player.
No, he's not a luxury player. But the way he plays, he feels like he's a luxury player, but he's not a luxury player. So for what's happened is, which I think Arsenal fans love now, Emery's come in, said, you're not Ronaldinho, you're not Messi, you're not that caliber of player, you can't change games like that. So I need someone to be running around. I'm just going to tell everyone you got a backache, spasms, or whatever it is.
5-6 years ago when I was telling you this in the sports school?
No.
You weren't hearing this.
No, but what I'm saying is that when you say 5-6 years ago, that's a different sort of mentality with Wenger. Wenger had a certain way, whereas if you're going to buy Ozil, buy players around him that makes him look good. He's not a player that's gonna just take the ball and beat three man and do all that. He's not that sort of player. So now, what the Dortmund guys that have come in and done, they've now bought players with that energy, that the players that Emery likes basically. And Emery is not feeling. Don't forget, Ozil was a Wenger player. So it's Emery has to have time to dilute these. That's why he's getting rid of Ramsey. I'm not really interested in Ramsey and all that. Ozil, if we can sell you, that'll be fantastic. He's trying to get his own players in with his own mentality.
And we've put ourselves. That's what really frustrates me, because for me, us giving him that contract, we've put ourselves in crap. Players like a basic Ramsey now.
Ramsey for me.
Ramsey
came on today, and I think he was a key.
Do you remember when I had this debate in the sports group? Do you remember when I used to say Ramsey was better than Ozil? That was out of frustration. Obviously, football-wise, ability-wise, natural ability, it's no contest. Ozil's a better footballer. The reason I say Ramsey was better, fam, is because, like you said, Ramsey, that's a good goal. Ramsey, how many times have we seen Ramsey? He scored a winning goal, he scored an important goal. Ozil, like you just said, if he ain't got the players around him, if everything's not going well, he's not going to do that. Ramsey, as average as he is, there's a few times you can count on your, like, you know what I'm saying? He's turned the game around.
That's 1-2 FA Cup
Ozil's not
finals,
going
bro.
to do that. Thank you.
He reminds me of Lingard in Man United.
I can accept that.
The unselfish runs.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Just the basic football stuff.
And Arsenal are letting him go.
Bro, I remember
Arsenal too much.
the first year that
Because
Ozil,
he's seeing what Ozil's on. He's saying,
No,
That's
but
how football works, bro.
listen. You can see what Ozil's on, but it goes back to Nesi's point. Are you bringing in the business like Ozil? Are you selling shirts like Ozil?
Bro, but Ozil's not going
attraction
to.
like Ozil.
He might not be asking 350 bags though, but he's saying, okay, if
Give
I was
me
to
more
get
than
350, I deserve 250.
But
You
he's
know what
not
I'm saying?
worth 250.
That's why he's bouncing.
Yeah.
Because you have a right to say I'm worth this.
Yeah.
The business have tried to say you're real worth that.
Yeah.
Two don't agree. Safe.
And the same, yeah.
Which is why not too many Arsenal. You know, it's Arsenal. Ramsey's not getting booed. Ramsey's not because
he's not.
It's respectable,
It is,
and
yeah,
fans
yeah.
are more clued up now with
Yeah,
this kind of
yes,
thing.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
definitely.
Where before, remember back in the
How
day,
dare you
as
leave?
soon as the players leaving, F him, this and that. We don't. Now people are more clued up. Social media, inside, this and that. It's a bit more open.
It's true.
about the game though today, yeah. Going back to the game, yeah. Let's talk about Tottenham. So, I mean, not saying it's the reason why Arsenal won, but Tottenham, they had the Chelsea game, then they had the big Champions League
Tough
game.
week for them.
Arsenal made, I think, was it 10 changes? From what I was told, from the Europa League game, the kids was out, and Tottenham, obviously that was an intense game. They had to win that. They made like 3 changes for this weekend. So, is Tottenham's squad gonna be able to get them over the line? Because it's these competitions that they're
Over
in.
the line is what's over the line.
Yeah,
Top-
exactly.
Like-
I was just about to say that.
Alright, so they're going for top 4 in the league.
Yeah.
Europa League, for me, it affects your league performance because the travelling and everything.
But you just said we made 10 changes. So
No.
I always find that thing-
That's what I'm saying. I think Tottenham's going Europa League, personally. I think they're going to go Europa League. And I'm saying, can their squad, like Harry Kane, as good as he is, they depend on Harry Kane for the whole season, basically. Like,
Are they though? They've got Ericsson, they've got Son, they've got Ali. I think that's a bit of an unfair.
But goals,
because the pundits
man.
keep help. Yeah, definitely. He's their number one. He's their go-to guy. But let me not lie to you. I enjoy watching Tottenham.
I love
This is
it.
an Arsenal fan.
I love
speaking. I enjoy their work rate. I enjoy their shape. I enjoy their organisation. To me, apart from City, I could say even more than Liverpool at times. I think they're the most organised team.
That
bro.
Chelsea game
They have the best
was
overall
beautiful.
balance.
Yeah.
In that, you see, like with Arsenal, you'll have like a sick player, then we'll have somebody crap. Like, why was Mustafi in our squad? For what? German World, don't tell me German World Cup winner. The guy's trash. The guy plays like a wrestler or rugby player. Simple, you get me? This Holding guy, again, he's still young, so I'm going to give him a
so you're saying Tottenham's, their team is nicked?
Yeah, their
together.
team is more, the most, do you know what I'm saying? Like the most balanced in that, okay, I look at Kane, I look at Ericsson, it's like, the gap's in, you know what I'm saying?
But this
and I
is-
think that's what's helped Pochettino to get,
No, but this
Them
is
the
why
way they are,
this is why I rate Pochettino, because
Yeah, I rate
with the
him
resources that he's had, that team you're talking about, that 11, and now they've got players like Lucas Moura on the bench and like Lamela, but they're so, as a team, the way they play, they've got a style of play, they've got a, they go onto the pitch knowing that what they're gonna do. How do you feel about Poch, coach?
Yeah, Poch is a good coach, man. Like he's proven to me that he can work with what he's given. That's what he's proved to me. In terms of getting to the next level, he ain't proven nothing to me because he's had a few semi-finals where he's, even today, tactically, Emery outdone him. They outdone him. During the game, half-time, second half, they didn't do nothing. Spurs did not do anything at all. Like, it was all Arsenal. And then even Emery, you could see he was just making little tweaks tactically. And I was waiting for Poch to counter it. Like, at 2-2, I thought he was going to bring more on because it looked like the players were tiring out. There was no energy going forward, but he left it until 4-2. So these are the little things, like when you talk about getting over the line and all that stuff, these are the little things, like we can talk about how Spurs have improved, etc., etc. But when they go down to the Emirates, there's nothing going on for them.
He outclassed Sarri.
Nothing going on.
He outclassed Sarri last week. Poch.
But that's great because you're at home. That's wonderful. I'm talking about, can you go to the Emirates? Can you go to Old Trafford like you did this season? But can you do it over and over again? It's not just the one-off, because the last 5 appearances in the Emirates, they've struggled. They haven't won. They've lost. And I told my friends today when he was worried about, Spurs, this, I was like, listen, every time Spurs go to the Emirates, Arsenal deal with them.
Yeah,
it don't matter if Arsenal's playing bad, good. Arsenal just deal with them
that's the
at
same
the
like you lot
Emirates.
with us though. When we got Old Trafford, United can have the deadest season. You play some kid 16-year-old Rashford and they just go mad. Like, it pisses me off.
We're gonna talk about the preview of that as well. But what was I gonna say? So where do you think Tottenham, like Poch, needs to win something this season? And can they?
Of course he needs to win something because that's the standard right now. I don't want to hear about anyone. Listen, it's cool, he's playing good football, he's organised, he's brought the team a long way, definitely. But when you're talking about the next step, that's what I want to see now. I know you can play good football. I know you're organised. Now let me see you win a trophy.
All right, cool. So that brings me on to, that's a beautiful segue. Let's talk about Liverpool now, yeah? Because I feel Klopp is in sort of the same, he's in the same category where it's like, okay, you've assembled this team now. You've had 3 years in England now. I think it's his third season. Okay, you know the way the league works. You've got your transfers.
Many years as Jose.
Okay, so first of all, let me put it this way. Does the media treat Klopp different from the way they treat like another manager that hasn't won for a while?
Yeah, because
like,
if you compare him to like someone like Jose, they just don't like Jose's demeanour. They don't like the dismissive stuff he's like. They like the PC Klopp and smile.
But
and
they liked it before though. They liked it before. The problem is Jose's a prick. Point blank. He's a prick. That's the problem.
we're gonna get into it. Wait.
Listen,
We're gonna talk about Arsenal.
finish.
We're talking about
Let
Liverpool.
It's really simple.
That's what I'm saying. I'm talking about Liverpool, but I just brought him into a
Yeah, because I asked the question. Yeah.
So basically, for me, he's just more media friendly.
So that's
all
the
it
only
is.
reason why.
He gets away. Listen,
not always, though.
he gets. If
snapping
anyone like
Exactly,
what he
yeah.
did today, yeah, when they got the last minute goal and he ran up to his keeper
On the pitch.
gave him a big hug, blah blah blah. If that was Jose or someone like that,
Jose
they
threw
would've
some
said it's
bottles.
disrespectful.
Jose threw some bottles the other day, and they're still talking about it now.
But this is what I'm saying. His own bottles, by the way. His own team bottles. Not the opposite team. His own. And all that was just frustrating of, geez, we're playing young boys, brother.
But before
wait.
whose bottles were we talking about before? Like this argument that you like having, yeah, or this debate. Go on,
Let's stick onto the Liverpool.
Yeah.
Okay, what?
That's what I feel anyway. That's
Okay,
what I
the
feel.
same question I had for Tottenham. Yeah, like, do they have to win something now?
Of course they do.
But let's elaborate on it now. Like, okay, they've gone to 2 Champions League finals, yeah,
When you,
and lost. Champions League final and Europa League final. Sorry, yeah, they've lost both of them. So they're actually going to the finals, but just falling short. Yeah. As a Liverpool fan now, what would you expect? Would you be like, all right, we've got the players now. We have to like, and I know City are on another level.
now this is the problem. This is where I think all fans, myself included, all football fans were guilty of this. We get deluded. It's easy for us to say we have to do this, we're going to do this. But I've got 2 words for you: Manchester City. We can all say we have to win this, we have to win this. Who is going to stop Manchester City? It's very easy to say Spurs can do this.
They could stop Manchester
that's
City,
a
but
problem.
can they win the
No,
games
no.
that Man City are going to win? That's the issue. So when they play each other, I can see Liverpool stopping Man City.
Yeah.
But are Liverpool going to win the games where Man City are?
Yeah, okay, but you're not stopping Man City then, are you? Because those games are
That's-
part of
yeah.
it. It's a league. It's not a cup. You know what I'm saying?
But what I'm saying, when it go back to Liverpool in terms of cups,
Yeah.
and we talk about Man City, I think Liverpool, where Klopp is right now, he should start with a Carabao Cup.
Yeah, any cup.
Any cup. Just get that winning mentality in your squad. Right now, I think Spurs fans as well, they would love a Carabao Cup.
100%,
They're in the same position, like,
I
just
remem-
win a trophy.
I remember 2006, yeah? So Jose had been in England for 2 years already. United were dwindling down. We were getting beat by teams by like Wolves. We were, regrouping again, transition. We had young Ronaldo, Rooney coming up. We won the Carabao Cup. I can't remember what the final was, but we won the Carabao Cup, yeah? No, it was against...
That was when I scored Carlin touch.
Yeah, guys, if you can remember, just put comments in. But once we won that, we went on and won the league the next season.
Yeah.
And that's what I was even worried about Arsenal. Because
that was when Arsenal got rubbed.
yeah, but what my point is that once you win that first trophy, that winning mentality is in. It's like, okay, we've got a trophy now. Like, so Liverpool, yeah, Carabao Cup, they might look at it like, yeah, it's below us. But that could start a run of, do you get what I'm trying to say? But
I don't know if I really believe that though. And especially now, you have to look at it. That Chelsea type, 2008, brother, that's 10 years ago, Football's changed so much since then.
It's changed,
Comparing
but-
the old school to the new school, back then, it was always only 2 teams. Every league, 2 teams. You talk about Manchester, you talk about Chelsea. Before that, it was Manchester, it was Arsenal. You know what I'm saying? Now, bruv, especially the Premier League,
breezy.
you don't just come to watch Manchester and Chelsea.
But,
You don't.
but what I'm saying in terms of Liverpool and teams like Spurs winning a trophy, it's actually helped them from the old school to this now. Because there's so many good teams, they've put more importance of these little trophies like the Carabao Cup.
Are they though?
Before it was Prem and Champions League. That's
FA
what the top
Cup
teams
was
is.
still-
FA Cup was on the decline at
When?
one stage.
Yeah, at
People
one
win
stage,
the
but-
FA Cup. No one cared.
no, but in the olden, back in the day,
I'm talking. That's way back. But I'm talking about when Nesi's talking about the 2-3 teams that was always in it, guaranteed. Because there's now 5 or 6 teams now. When they win a Carabao Cup, watch these managers. The way they explain the Carabao Cup now when they win it, yeah, it's a trophy. I'm putting it there.
Okay, you're talking about managers, but the
Yeah.
fans, I don't think, because I think FA Cup is, I don't know, it's you correct me if I'm wrong, it's lost its value now. Nobody rates FA Cup. Certainly not the
I
League
don't
Cup.
think
Managers
you
rest their players.
Certainly.
But I don't
It's
think,
definitely fans.
I don't
fans.
think you can tell that to Spurs and Liverpool fans.
But
They won the
Pochettino,
FA Cup this season.
yeah, but last season Pochettino was even saying FA Cup. We don't need to win FA Cup.
Listen,
what I'm saying?
but listen, that's a man that's in control of his football club. There's no pressure. This is what I'm trying to say about Podge. He looks good when there's no pressure. When the pressure comes in the semi-finals and this and that, that's when you see what he's really on.
They should have beat United last FA Cup semi-final.
When you're coming out saying that, oh, the FA Cup is not really that, you're a man that's comfortable in your position. There's no pressure from above saying, listen, you got to win this. You got because Daniel Levy's just like, listen, I ain't gonna give you money to spend on the squad anyway, so I'm not gonna put no pressure on you to win no trophy. If you win one, great. If you don't win one, I'm not sacking you anyway. So just carry on doing what you're doing, and that's why he's got that mentality of, if we win it, great. If we don't win it, but for me in his position and Klopp, they have to win something.
All right. So let's talk about the league leaders, yeah? Shout out Dapo, the Team Talk football show. I was on there on Monday. You can catch that on YouTube. We spoke about Man City, and one of the questions was, could City possibly do the Invincibles 2018?
100%.
Oh, wow.
Could they? Yeah,
I thought I was going to get laughed at the room.
Bro, this is what I think. You know me. I'm not one of these. I don't. When I talk
In today's
football,
age
I don't
is
put
what
an
I-
Arsenal cap on. I'm diplomatic. You know what I'm saying? You have to be open. Can they? Now, there's two questions. Can they or will they? You know what I'm saying? Can they? Is it possible? 100% yes. Will they? I don't know. You understand? But if you have to look at the way every time City step on the pitch, I don't see them losing.
Same here.
And that's how I felt when I was an Arsenal fan in 2004. We haven't had Thierry Henry. I used to relax. We go down. You know they're gonna come.
You know
back.
the key there though. They were winning so much that I think that teams, especially last season, and I think it's happening again this season now, teams are going into the tunnel defeated. It's like a point will be good,
But
and
Man
that's.
City were playing better last season than they are this season.
I think they haven't even got going yet.
But you can say that, but the standards they set last season was so high that people were saying the same thing last season. Like, yo, like, yeah, you can draw games, but who's gonna beat them? Like, they're going on this, was it 18, 19 winning? Who in this Premiership is going to beat them? Do you get what I'm saying? So for me, I'm just going off the numbers. What Arsenal did in 2004 was just out of this world. That was once in a million thing. I personally don't think it's gonna happen. But like Nesi said, can it happen?
two different questions.
Yes, I think it definitely can happen if they put their mind to it. But I don't think Pep's that sort of manager where he's gonna take their mind off the ultimate goal. The ultimate goal is trophies. It's not about getting if you get there, wonderful. But let's not focus on that.
100.
I think Pep wants Champions League this season. That's
I don't think he's got a choice.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I think that they have to deliver Champions League.
But he failed at Bayern with that too.
Exactly.
But people won't talk about that.
He should have won the Champions League with Bayern Munich, and even better, I remember the German people, like the fans, that were saying, yeah, he should
didn't
have.
complete the project.
Yeah.
He didn't complete why they brought him there.
But shout out Raheem Sterling, man. If you heard a kissing of teeth there, that's to my left side. That's nice. At the start of this season, as early as the start of this season, so after the World Cup, you know, even during the World Cup, there was a lot of criticism from Nesi.
He was England's best player.
Saying Sterling. Anyway, look, you say what you said.
Well, he was English best player this season.
Yeah.
This club.
Because when he came off, what happened? Nobody was attacking.
That's
But
a
again,
very- that's a lazy analysis.
That's
a lazy
no.
analysis.
You know why?
I
You
can
know,
use that
it's not a lazy
justify
analysis.
it,
You know
yeah.
why I tell you he's not lazy? Because when I watched the whole World Cup and everyone was talking about, oh my days, another game Sterling ain't scored. Oh, another game ain't Sterling. Southgate drop him.
there's not ain't scored, he missed.
Southgate never dropped him for the reasons why he brings so much to a team more than just goal scoring.
There's a reason Pep, the best manager, is using him.
See with Sterling can play out of the pocket, in the pocket. That's what he can do. So when he came off, as I keep explaining the last time, when he came off against Croatia or whatever it was, when we had Rashford is a one dynamic player. He's a racehorse. If there's not grass in front of him,
God.
he can't maneuver in tight spaces. That's my opinion of Rashford, yeah? Sterling is the opposite. Sterling can move in pockets that other players can't move in. So when he came off, that's when you saw England kind of stifle their play going forward. It was predictable. It wasn't really off the cuff.
You're clearly talking about off the ball now, aren't you? When you say that, you just said Rashford is one dimensional, that he can't move in tight pockets. Are you talking about with the ball or without the ball?
No, both.
If you're gonna tell me, so you think Sterling can run with a ball better than Rashford?
Nah.
What? Are you serious? Sterling can run better with the ball better than Rashford.
Rashford can run with that ball.
Guys,
Rashford can run with the ball. Yeah. Yeah, with that assist.
Guys, listen to me.
Different level.
Once in a while, if you see Rashford do something wonderful, I've been watching Rashford since he burst on the scene. If Rashford doesn't have clean green grass in front of him, he cannot do anything.
Have I not seen Rashford put ball through legs and cut man?
See what you just said? Have I not seen Rashford do something?
You're saying Sterling's more consistent.
Sterling is more consistent.
But Rashford can do it.
Listen, Rashford can do it once in a while. What I'm trying to say was, when people compare, I don't think you can even compare right now Rashford and Sterling. I think Sterling's on another level.
I just
when you
think
talk about Rashford and Sterling.
That comes down to morale anyway. That's morale.
Let me break this down.
Break your thing about Sterling though. You were saying
when you do a comparison, you have to look at all the variables. Is it fair? Is it who am I playing with first of all? One is playing with Silva, one is playing with Kevin De Bruyne, one's playing with Marco. No, don't come up. No, because this is what I don't like about him. No. This is why people get me angry when they don't speak.
Wait, let him go.
One's playing with.
I want to ask you a question.
Ask me after. One's playing with all the players I just named with. Now take it to the other one, fam. I'm playing with
Lukaku.
So we done it there. A man that you possible to even bounces off his chest, bounces off his Timberland boots, his skinny, everything. Lukaku, Pogba that wants to play sometimes, and then a manager that doesn't have the full confidence.
They have to track back.
Pep is putting his arm around Sterling like this, saying, "Yo, jumping stuff into his head, this and that." You got another manager talking rubbish. He does a mistake. He's turning his back on him. All this crap. I'm curious to hear.
Alright, so first of all,
the comparisons are not fair. Swap these two players. Yeah, put Sterling in Man United. And see if he's getting all those tappings on the line. Who's putting all them?
Rashford will never play for a Pep because you don't have the brain to play for Pep. That's number one.
Number
two.
If you think Sterling has a brain, you're fried.
Number two, I'll just throw it back to him there. Forget Man United and Man City. Since Southgate has been in charge of England, who's played better for England? Sterling or Rashford?
Who's played more for England?
Who's played better? Who's been a better player? And the same players, same squad. Who's played better? Who has Southgate gone to all the time?
Sterling's one of the first names on the team sheet because of what he offers.
On the team sheet
because of what he offers. But back to what let's talk about Sterling though, because has Sterling won you over? Has Sterling won you over, or do you still feel Sterling?
I'm happy.
You
for
said
him.
Sterling hasn't got. You said hold on. You said Sterling hasn't got a brain. Hold on. Wait.
You look at where I'm coming from. I'm talking about a team that I hate the most. You know me. I hate Manchester United. So you need to think about it when I'm saying these things.
So
I look at football, and I take my hat off. I look at it. I don't listen to commentary like you, man, fam, and get gassed by these dumb pundits. You see what I'm saying? That's fair enough. That's your type of opinion. Ability-wise, there is no way. Over as a complete package. Anyone
forget the comparison. Let's talk about Sterling though. So you said you said he hasn't got a football brain. He hasn't got a football brain. His runs are by chance because we were saying that Sterling. Those runs he makes no coincidence. Those tap-ins.
He's saying his runs are by chance.
No, you were saying the runs like he's got good runs in hashtag. Basically saying what's the runs like?
Fam, if I've got Silva,
well, that's a football brain.
That's a basic. That's a standard, G. That's a standard.
Okay.
If I've got people, that are around me, my team is dominating 90% of the possession every week. But there's another team where the fans have to shout out attack. They've always got the ball. He's got excellent players around him. He's going to be better. Sterling has improved. Don't get me wrong. And at the moment, he's putting egg on my head. I can accept that. But look at the goals he scored. He scored a few bangers. Where I was like, okay, Sterling can do that. Yeah. It's impressive.
There was even one run
for the most part, even look at last season with his goals he scored. How many did he miss? I would love to see his. Well, anyway, most strikers have a poor shot to convert.
How many has he missed?
But wait, quick question before we come off. Wait, quick question. What can Sterling do to change your mind? When would you say, you know what?
He doesn't need to change my mind.
Or can he? Can Sterling win you over?
What is my mind, first of all? You need to understand my mind.
No, what you just said.
My mind is, Sterling is that, again, I don't want to say Ozil, because Sterling has worked. You see what I'm saying? He's a consistent worker. I'm happy to be wrong about Sterling. First of all, you know me. Any young black player, I love seeing them do good. My thing was, bro, the way you look at rating Sterling, I don't rate him that way. I don't think he has the best of natural ability. He's improved over the past 2 years under Pep's management, 100%. With the players around him, 100%. And I want it to continue.
Yeah, I didn't think of that if you put Sterling in United and Rashford in City. I never thought of that. Yeah, no, I never thought of that.
You can say that.
I'm very shocked that this guy can see.
But I just said take that out of it because that's the hypothetical. No. That's the hypothetical way of thinking. That's like saying, oh, what? Messi's not going to be that great if you put him in Man United. Messi's going to do what Messi does.
You won't say that though.
Okay, but what I'm saying, listen. I'm saying that, but they do play for the same country. and they always get selected for the same squads, and it's the same manager. Why is it that Sterling gets picked over Rashford? Because I see Rashford holding bench.
He's in better form and in a better team.
This is what I'm trying. Listen,
No, Southgate did say. Wait. Southgate did say, "I'm gonna pick players on form." Sterling's form is undeniable.
Listen, who are Man City's wingers?
And I know where you're getting to. You got Sane, you got Mahrez.
Yeah. No. Besides,
he's saying the level of wingers there. Sterling.
Wingers. I think they're winners.
No, sorry, not winners. They're winners. They got Sane. They got Mahrez, and sometimes they play. Sometimes Bernardo Silva.
Sometimes play.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So you got these 4 players, but who's always playing?
All those players you named.
No, but who's always playing?
And that's a good question. That's
Pep Guardiola, you know. It takes no crap from nobody. If you're not up to scratch, I don't care who you are, Sterling, Jesus, Aguero, I'm going to drop you. Because I need players that can be smart and playing the football I want to play. But he's always the first winger on the team sheet.
But what I think Nesi's saying is, you don't have to be the best. You might just have a role. Look at Barcelona. Look at Barcelona, yeah? Pep was playing Pedro at the time. Do you remember when Pedro was starting every game?
Hold on.
Pedro wasn't the best.
Listen.
But because Pedro had something to offer in that Barcelona team.
Let's not be disrespectful though. Pedro is not the best to maybe the naked eye where he's not running past players or whatever. But he's a very intelligent footballer, man. Come on, let's not disrespect Pedro here, man.
No, who said that? I'm not on that.
He's a very
Pedro's an ambidextrous too.
Come on, man. You can't disrespect
But what I'm trying to say to you, okay, when you look at Sterling on the pitch, what does he do? Tell me, I want to hear you. What's your best Sterling attribute?
I think he's very smart.
He creates
in the positions that he picks up. Yep, and where he picks the ball up, you have to have brains. Where he attacks defenders, you have to have brains. He knows when to stay out wide. He knows when to come in. He knows when to drop in the pocket. He does so many things when you watch.
And he was doing it for Liverpool as well.
Do you see who on the ball? Who's better? Do you see how many times Sterling? Yeah, if you got a defender tight to him, you're 1-on-1. He panics, bro. You see what I'm saying? He gets shit. Simon, how many times do I come? How many meme compilation? What are you talking about? These are things we've seen.
Listen.
How many meme compilations have I posted in the group with Sterling? Look at Sterling again. Comes like Lukaku type stuff. You don't see that for Rashford. This guy looking at the overall picture, like Sterling got a goal and assist. I look at 90 minutes. What did this player do for 90 minutes on the pitch? You see what I'm saying?
I'll give him the prime.
You can't just come with they scored a goal and assist. He had a great game. It don't work like that.
I'll give him the prime.
Look at the game for 90 minutes. Bro.
I'll give him the prime example. Did you watch Man City's documentary?
Yeah.
Yeah? When Pep was going mad at the team at halftime, I don't know what game it was, he was like, guys, you have to play brave on the ball. You have to be brave. We can't be just doing this kick it, running, all that sort. I don't care what team you're playing against. You have to be brave. This is what he was emphasizing. If you are not brave on the ball and smart on the ball, you don't play for Pep Guardiola. And guess what? Sterling's even under more pressure playing for Pep because he's English. These foreign men don't like these English players. They don't like these English because they think these English players are too hyped up in their own country. So when they come over here, they're like, what? But you're not better than Sane. You're not better than Mahrez. You're not. Why are the English people hyping you up? But he stayed in Pep's team. And Pep's renewed his contract as well. Pep don't do these things.
So what stat did I see, yeah? Most chances and goals created, yeah? Since, was it?
Apart from Salah. Salah's the only man
Salah's
that created
the only player in the league.
This whole year.
Those stats are, I mean...
Where's the respect? Where's Rashford in that list?
Rashford doesn't play as well.
Let's go on to United then. Let's go on to United because I know Coach has got a lot to say. United, once again, they drew 2-2 with Southampton, who they should be beating. I think they're like 8th in the league now. Look at me saying they're 8th in the league. Like I'm not saying we. I should be saying we're 8th in the league. But so what?
I want Nesi to go first on Man United.
As an Arsenal fan, yeah.
What are we talking about?
As an Arsenal fan, do you see the similarities of because? Okay, Nesi. Wait. So Nesi, he calls a lot of things that after a while I say, oh, you know what?
But then I got joke like this.
Wait, hold on.
I would say these things early.
Nesi says some things.
Your pundits say this shit.
Wait, Nesi says some things. Nesi says some things that you're like, oh, you know what? This nigga said that like 2 years ago. He said becoming Arsenal. #becoming Arsenal was yeah. So anyway,
when was it?
Way before anyone.
This is like Moyes' time.
Way before exactly. Way before everyone.
So
early. Yeah.
So elaborate on that.
Manifesting because you got your own little channel now when man's go bad. You get me? I'm hearing all the same. I'm hearing Mourinho in, Mourinho out. Like you get me? This is all the stuff that
real.
I could tell you this video because I've experienced
the
it.
The board.
Certain man blaming the board. Certain man blaming the manager. Now both of you, if you're honest and you get me, you always know what's always been my stance. from early. When man are always saying the manager, I've always said it. In football, there is too much emphasis, too much of a target on the manager's back. When things are going wrong, too much credit and too much blame. Brother, I've always said this. I'm old school. When you cross that white line from the United players, bro, it's down to you as a player. I don't want to even that line that you used earlier, yeah, about play for the manager. Like you're saying about Moyes. Cuz, where's the respect for yourself? Where's the respect for the? If you don't respect the badge, you don't respect your manager, you don't respect your sponsors. Respect this. Respect your name on the back. Respect your bloody shirt number. Respect yourself as a man. Do yourself some justice on the pitch or piss off. You understand? We're all men here. We play football, whether competitively, some higher than others, some semi-pro. When you play, fam, you want to show respect for yourself. That's first. I don't buy into all this, the manager, this and that, negative, divided. Yeah, there's a bit of that, but it's limited, fam. I always pick out the players first, manager second. That's me.
So what's your view on United then, right now? Like in general, where are we going?
You definitely have got a manager who is very negative, but nothing's changed. And I see it very similar to Arsene Wenger. You had something that worked for years. You got stuck in your ways. You didn't want to change it. Mourinho, he's stuck in his ways. He doesn't want to bend. He doesn't want to change. Same outcome. You cannot keep trying the same thing over and over. It doesn't work and expect a different outcome. Simple as that. Simple as that.
Coach, what are you saying about United?
Well, this is where I'm going to start from. I'm personally getting sick of the majority of United fans. Personally, I'm getting sick and tired. It's getting boring now. There's certain people on YouTube just trying to get clicks and likes and views and all that sort of stuff that claim that Man United fans. I don't think they are. Just because you got a season ticket to Man United games don't mean you're Man United fans. That's just me. That's just me. Yeah. So that's the first one. Second one, I'm gonna actually talk about the Mourinho out campaign and the Mourinho in campaign. Okay. Yeah. So I'm gonna break it down. We've got time. I'm gonna break it down. And like I've always said at the beginning when we did the first podcast, the answer always comes down to the board. And I'll break it down like this. You sound like Are you Mourinho?
He's the Man United time. That's what
Mourinho in. You're Mourinho out, sorry. Because you said end of the season.
End of the season, Mourinho out.
So let's say
he's naming us Arsenal fan TV guys.
Listen, take it seriously. Let's say obviously you're Mourinho out, yeah? Let me break it down like this. If you're Mourinho out, number one, who gave him his new contract to stay?
The board.
Okay, cool. What I'm saying is, right now, everything leads back to the board. Because if right now, a lot of people say Mourinho out, but if he's not doing the job that Man United fans think he should be doing, whatever, this, that, and the other, we knew he doesn't play the most expansive football. Yep. We knew this. But who is the one that chose Mourinho over Ryan Giggs? It was the board. That's who it was. Yeah. So at the end of the day, it always comes back to the board. So a lot of people blame Mourinho about, you're negative football. You don't want to change your ways. Blah. Why am I going to change my ways? I've been winning more than these players that I'm coaching. All these players that I'm coaching, I've won bigger things than them. So now you want me to change my ways for these man here? And they never. No, let me finish. And these guys here, yeah, Pogba, it's all great. You doing the dab at the World Cup, wonderful. Just won that recently. But apart from that, you weren't winning the Champions Leagues and all that sort of stuff. Do you understand what I'm saying? So for him, Mourinho, if you want Mourinho out, that's great. But guess what? Go to the board because he ain't gonna resign. So what I'm saying is that the same thing the Mourinho out campaign are seeing. Why can't the board see that? So that's why I will blame the board. If Mourinho's not out, board, step up and sack him. Sack him so we can move on to Zidane or Pochettino, whoever all these United fans are just picking off the tree and what manager they want. Yeah, just anyone random. So it comes back down to the board. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. There's no alternative that the Mourinho out campaign can say, it's Mourinho's fault. It's this. It's that. It's blah, blah. Mourinho has been Mourinho.
I need to understand something because I'm not sure I understand fully what you're saying. First of all, so are you yourself?
Thank you.
Mourinho,
you're looking from an outside.
Because you're saying the ball. So will you yourself take the ball away? Are you Mourinho in or out?
Exactly.
No, I'm in. I want to talk on both sides of the coin.
Cool. So, but either way, you're in, regardless of the contract. You're in.
Yeah, I'm in because
Mourinho for the next 5 years. I love that. Cool. So, hang on. That's the first. Now, second part. You just. Oh, you're finished. I'll let you finish. So
I'm trying to do both. Okay.
Do you want to finish?
Yeah.
I've got 1 point to about already.
So that's the Mourinho out.
Nesi came ready with this.
That's the Mourinho out campaign. Yeah, so you got all these YouTubers going on saying, "Oh, he's outdated, he's this, he's that, blah blah blah."
Are they lying?
Now it's becoming a bit of a joke now because you're not really doing your research about your club. You're just doing stuff so you can get the likes, the this, the that. That's just my point of view. Now I'm gonna flip the coin over and go to Mourinho in. I'm a Mourinho in.
Okay.
Reason why Mourinho in? You brought him in for a reason. Number one, Woodward loves superstars. That's what he loves. That's what he thrives off because he's all about making money. Mourinho's going to make you money. Whether he says something or he doesn't say something, he's always going to do something that keeps the name Man United in the public eye. Every time your name gets said, somehow you get publicity. After that publicity, you get money. That's just what it is. That's why he picked him over Ryan Giggs. Yeah, Giggs is more football man. So this what? So now I'm in. Yeah. You didn't give him the resources that he wanted going into his third season. Yes, we finished second against Man City, but way second behind them. Yeah. So he knows. Listen, guys, you give me this new contract. That means you must believe in me. Yeah? Give me this new contract. Here's the 5 names that I need going into the third season so we can push Man City. Woodward, get me these 5 players and let me go to work. What did he do? He didn't get the 5 players. What did he do in pre-season? This is our commander-in-chief sitting us down. He sees the players every single day. Not us, him. He sees the player every single day. He sees the squad. He knows what they mean. He's done it at Chelsea. He's done it at Chelsea twice, actually, the overhaul of the squad. What did he come out and say? Guys, I'm just going to be frank with you. It's going to be a difficult season for us from what I can see. The squad that we got, he's talking about characters. He's talking about heart. He's talking about there's so many things that you need in a squad to be successful because he's been part and he didn't get it. This is what I'm saying. And it all leads back to who? It leads back to the board because what did Woodward say at the beginning of the season? We've got Phil Jones, we've got Smalling, we've got adequate players. You don't have adequate players. We know this as Man United fans. How long does it take to get rid of Smalling and Jones? The guy doesn't want these players. So why do you give him a new contract if you're not going to let him take the helm? If you're not going to, you know what I'm saying? Let him go out on his sword. If you get him the 5 players, whether they're 28, 29 years old or whatever, and he doesn't cut it, you can say, Woodward, you didn't cut it, Mourinho. I got you what you wanted, and you did not cut it as a manager. Yeah? But right now, you're giving Mourinho even excuses himself that I've given you 5 players, and you didn't come and get it. So it always leads back to the board when it comes to tough decisions. If you're Mourinho out, why are they not tough enough to sack him? If you're Mourinho in, why are they not tough enough to say, hey, this is the players you want, that's who I'm going to go and get. Let's go after Man City together. So you basically, it all comes back to the board. If you're Mourinho out or you're Mourinho in, don't get focused on Mourinho so much. It's the people above him.
But before you, and what you said there makes perfect sense. I think it makes sense. It's the board. The board is the link. They have the power to get rid of him. They have the power to back him.
Yes, but they're not doing either.
But they're not doing either. Is what he's saying. They're not backing you. They're not backing you, and obviously
that doesn't stop the right for the fans to criticize Mourinho.
And that's exactly what I'm saying. So let's talk about Mourinho now. Let's talk about Mourinho.
Okay. So this is my thing. So this is my thing. You can criticize Mourinho as much as you want, but when you're a real fan of your club, you look at the deep issues. People always talk about Pep and how successful he is. Don't forget the clubs that Pep's been at. Barcelona. Pep, you run things. We don't interfere with what you do on the football pitch. Bayern Munich, Pep, you run things. We don't interfere with what you do on the football pitch. Man City, the guys from Barcelona, the technical directors came to Man City to set up whatever. Pep, come here, you run the football, we don't say nothing. That's how you're able to do your job at the end of it. That's why even when you go back to Arsenal and Wenger, why was Wenger, obviously now he's coming out talking, but he didn't say it when he was there. Why did Wenger struggle for 10, 12 years? Because the people above him were saying, listen, we got this new stadium we got to pay for. Listen, we got a new stadium that we got to pay for. But don't go on telling the fans that or whatever, I'll just give you a new contract, 10 mil a year, just relax, do your thing, blah, blah. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's not Wenger, listen, what players do you want? We'll go and get them.
You weren't saying this.
Pep, this is what I'm saying. Pep is allowed whatever football club he goes to, unless he has control, he's not coming to your football club because that's how he runs. And Mourinho has been bamboozled by this new contract that he got. Yeah, he's been bamboozled because guess what? We brought Mourinho in for discipline and structure. Did we bring Mourinho in for sexy football? Because I wasn't deluded like that. I was not deluded as a Man United fan to say, yo,
you're right.
Jose is coming to bring that sexy football.
You just wanted to bring back stability.
Stability, discipline, a top manager that can deal with top players if we're getting those top players. But now he's got to that point where it's like, wait a minute, guys, you know what you brought me in for. Everyone's keep talking about I'm a 3-4 year coach and whatever. So if you know I'm going to be here for 3-4 years and you want to move on to a long-term coach, Why don't you give me the players that I want so I can be successful? Why did you give me a new contract when we're so way behind Man City, even though we finished second? Why?
Okay, but coach, back to what I was saying, yeah? His decision making on, like, we're talking about match day now, yeah? Match day. So yesterday he played Matic, McTominay, and Phil Jones defense.
Before you go on with that, at the beginning of the season, in Jose's first season, what should his priority be as a Man United manager on the first team? What should his priority have been
in terms of trophies?
Yeah, in terms of trophies, it's the league.
Yeah.
He is going into pre-season looking at the squad and looking at Man City squad, what they did the previous season, and saying we are not good enough. You think I'm going to take the fall as a fall guy to act like Pochettino and these other managers and take the head coach role? I'm a manager. I need to manage what I need to manage. I'm not a head coach. I'm not Emery.
But what's that got to do with him playing McTominay at the back?
But what I'm trying to say, playing McTominay shows you all you need to know. What do we have in this squad that I've got to play McTominay?
Listen,
Majid,
I'm back here.
But I've told you about Bailly and Lindelof. They were bought for me. When I look at them, do you look at them as two central midfielders that are going to fight? I mean, central defenders that are going to fire you to the title?
Sorry,
I don't look like them.
I'm going to answer your question with another question. Yeah. Do you think Jones is better than Bailly?
No.
So why is Jones playing ahead of Bailly?
The whole Bailly situation, clearly something's happened between them two. Clearly. That you don't need to read
as a manager. You should.
But what I'm saying is, it's all great us doing the FIFA selections. Bailly should play over Jones because Bailly's better. But we don't know what's going on in the background. What I'm saying is that the dots that I'm putting together. Listen, I'm saying the dots that I'm putting together. Yeah, is that for me? It always comes down to the board, and no one's gonna make me deflect from that. That's what everybody does. Let's talk about Mourinho now. Mourinho's playing McTominay and
just take off your Jose hat for a second, yeah.
I don't have a Jose hat. I have a Man United hat. That's different.
You sound like you got Jose Chucky on.
No,
to be honest
but I know. The reason why, listen. If I had a Jose hat on, yeah, I would be saying, no, he's doing a fantastic job. McTominay is a young player. He's brought him in. Why are we complaining? Have I said anything about that? I haven't said anything about.
Forget the banner, yeah. Is there anything that you think Jose could have done better? Because this is what I need to know. Because from what I've heard you say,
Jose's not wrong.
Has Jose done anything wrong?
I think with Jose should have been, even though he's not that sort of manager, I think he should have been more politically correct with the squad that he was given.
100%.
So this is what I mean by
pre-season.
This is what I mean by political. No, that one I'm not having. Because I can come out and just let people know. Listen, no. You know why?
If your manager came out pre-season saying,
do you know why?
Look at our bullers. They're not bullers. They're whack.
Listen, do you know why? That's the same thing Arsenal fans will complain about Wenger. Why are you setting us up for this fool? Keep telling us about the young players. We've got a picture of 6 British English players that are signing a new contract. This is the new wave of Arsenal. He knew they weren't good enough. He knew they weren't good enough, but Arsenal fans fed into all that nonsense of Ramsey, Walcott, Gibbs, all these men. Not you, but I'm just saying there's a lot of fans that I know that fed into all that sort of stuff during the years. Jose's not doing that because I'm not that sort of manager. I've won big trophies. I'm a big manager. Don't disrespect me.
But I just want to hear what you think.
I think he should have been. Once he realised that the squad weren't good enough, I think he should have been more politically correct. Me personally, if I was in this position, I wouldn't even stress about the situation because it's clear to show that you don't back me. Yeah, you're not really feeding me, but I'm not going to give up my money and what do you call it? Resign. I'm not going to resign. I'm going to go through the season a while. I'm going to let people know it's going to be a difficult season. I'm just going to put that seed in your brain, pre-season, cool. Then what I'm going to do, I'm just going to play the politically correct game. Yeah, Pogba's wonderful. He's had a wonderful World Cup. I mean, that dab was wonderful. I mean, did you see that step over from Pogba in the middle? Oh, and he lost the ball. Did you see that? Oh, my days. Bailly's, this, Jones, this. I would have done that just to get through things until they sacked him. Because for me, this is what's made it worse for him. Because he's gotten so much, because he's gone so deep into it, criticising player after player after player, people's disdain for him has become more and more and more. Because you know what's so funny? He says all these things about Shaw, all these type of players, but these players are still coming out at the other end of the tunnel saying, I needed that tough love. Hazard saying, he's the best coach I've played for. This player's coming out saying this player's coming out saying...
Arsenal had the same things.
But this is what I'm trying to say. So that's the deep lining thing with Mourinho. He should have been more politically correct.
The game management, the games you've watched so far, is there anything that you
Don't
can blame
care.
Mourinho?
This is
No,
what I'm
I want
saying.
it's a simple. Then just say no.
No.
That's what. Answer the question.
Well,
Say no. You
it's-
don't blame
it's not-
for
it's
shit.
not-
They
but
don't understand
what
where
I'm
you
saying is
stand.
that there's not a simple answer for that.
It is, George.
It is simple.
Is there
If you-
anything you
listen,
can blame Mourinho for? If not,
I
it's
just
no.
said that. I just said why.
No, you said political correct. I'm talking about game now. Not forget all the attitude. You're talking about political correctness.
Listen, when
the
you
games
see
you
me,
played.
let me tell you
the
something.
games you
Let me-
played.
let me-
tactical
Okay,
decisions.
listen.
let me make it really simple. You played Southampton yesterday.
Yeah.
Is there anything you blame Jose for? Yes or no? If it's no, George, just be a man and say no. Everyone on the podcast can hear it. That's it.
No, because my manager.
that's
No,
it.
no,
Simple.
because
You don't blame-
my
don't blame
manager
nothing.
told me in pre-season
Oh
it's
my
going to be a difficult season.
And now I'm gonna ask you-
No,
There
no,
it is.
listen,
There it is.
listen.
We've got to the
And
bottom
let me
of it.
tell you why he said it's going to be a
There it
difficult season. If I'm in Spurs' position where my chairman's not giving me any sort of pressure to win anything, and my fans are not giving me that much pressure, I'm fine. But guess what? At Man United, in your third season, being Jose Mourinho, that's winning all these big trophies, you need to go after Man City. What did you say, Nesi? 2 words, Man City. That juggernaut there, you need to go and catch them.
Now, quick, 2 things. So go after Man City.
Yeah.
When
That was my
Okay,
thing.
right now we're not going after Man City. Yeah. Who we going for?
I'm saying that
Wait,
if it's
quick
not
question.
Man City, I don't care.
Okay, that's
That's
what
what I
I'm saying.
don't think you understand.
So now what I'm asking you, yeah, is there another manager that can get better performances out of this group of players?
Of course
so
there
wait,
is.
So wait,
But I'm a Man United fan that's going
no.
after the Prem.
So-
Is there another manager
Listen.
out there that can get these players to beat Man City?
Listen, okay, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about to perform better than what performing. And listen, the reason I'm asking that, yeah, is because if you put Pochettino in that Man United team right now, yeah, with the resources that he has at Tottenham and with the teams that we have on paper, you can say, yeah, oh, this guy is not good enough. Listen,
Is he win the league?
Right now, listen to me. Manchester United on paper, yeah, the players that are there, yeah, can another manager get better out of these players?
We're losing it, Samuel. You're losing.
If you put-
Now, listen what I'm saying. This is the thing that Man United fans, and like Nesi said, like he predicted before, you're becoming like the Arsenal fans. When you was winning the leagues and all that stuff, you took your eye off the ball, started talking about fancy football instead of the end result. The end result for me in Jose's third season is that he needs to go after the league. If he's nowhere near the top of Man City, I do not care whether he's second, third, fourth or fifth. Why don't I care? Because when you end up top 4, who is that proud of? That is only for the owners to get money. It's not for any fans
what you're saying
of a
now.
big club. I do not care if it's not a trophy that we're winning. I do not care. That's my stance.
Why did you really? So what was so special about Jose then? If we're talking about he needs to buy 5 players, and you know what I'm saying?
We all knew
Where
this
did it
was
all
the
come?
manager.
Why did you want?
Listen,
No,
listen.
I'm asking because you want
okay.
to know. So
I'll
what?
tell you
Because
why.
if you're not blaming him for nothing, you don't want to talk about
tell you
him.
why.
Why did you want him?
I'll-
Do you
listen,
see what I'm saying?
I'll
See what
tell
I'm
you
saying?
why.
Because this wasn't what he was before. He was one of those guys. Jose, best out of players, best manager in the world. So now it's Jose needs this, Jose needs that.
Listen,
What's happening?
listen.
You got to think your
What
thing
I'm-
consistent,
no,
my brother.
my thing is
You gotta be
consistent
consistent.
because what
No.
Mourinho does not want to give players the ingredients you should have. What's
You
in
said
your
to me,
listen? No, listen.
Mourinho's come
Let
to
me
United
finish.
to
Let me
win.
finish.
Did you just say that? Yes or no?
But that's my.
Did you not say that?
But that's
Yes or no?
Mourinho's point.
You're saying he hasn't got the resources.
No, but listen. But that's my point. You think he's coming to Man United to do what? To collect money.
You should have said he was coming to
He's
win
coming
the
to.
resources
Oh,
then.
no.
The
But
resources then.
listen. When it comes to Jose, you can clearly tell by his interviews over the years. He knew the first couple of years, no problem, Woodward. I'll
won
just
the
bed
Euro-
in,
won the Europa
do
League,
the
the
thing,
Carabao
whatever.
Cup.
But when it comes to the third year, I need to be here getting motivated for myself. Remember what you said about going on the pitch? Going on the pitch, and you shouldn't even need your manager. You should be self-motivated. He's self-motivated for you lot are Man United. We should be going after the big trophies like what they're giving Pep at Man City. You lot should be doing that in your sleep.
I think
You lot should be doing that. Not telling me.
You know, I'm only asking this to provoke, to get into your mind. It's
Yeah.
not what I think, whatever.
But
Because my thing on Mourinho is a big gas bag. He's been exposed.
Okay.
Let's go into
That's
your
my
thing of
thing.
Mourinho. Do you rate Mourinho?
I have to because of his track record. I'm not stupid. I have to.
Okay.
What he's done, but what I wanted to rebuttal to what you said earlier about what he said to these players, you haven't won. This is Mourinho's problem. It's all about him. It's a TV show to him. He likes all this. The fact we're discussing him right now, he
It's
loves
a
it.
TV show,
He's an
it's a fact.
attention guy. No, hold on. He's an attention guy. It's all about me. I'm the special one. My players. I've won. What other manager on this world do you know that sits there and says, I've? The great Alex Ferguson, for God's sake, the Don of the Premier League. I've never heard him talk about I. Even your hero, you lot's Man United cult hero Scholes. He chastised Mourinho for saying that. What manager talks like that? The guy's a delusional joker, bro. You didn't win shit. Your players did, bro. You contribute to it, but don't take away from your players. Don't point to the sorry.
Is it
time?
So this
He
is
makes it all about
so this is
himself.
what he's done. So
This is what they used to say. Hang on. Remember when Mourinho was winning, when he first came 05-06 and he was winning? What was the line that they used to say? Mourinho, all this media stuff. He takes the pressure off his players, puts it on himself, So the same thing's happening now. Everything's still about Mourinho, but it's not working. When it's all working, it's all good. I'm the special one. So
my question to you, my question is it has the game moved on, or is it
100, bit of both? The games, that part of the bus thing, it's not happening no more. That defensive
it's front foot football now.
Buy all these what I call slave players. Mourinho, everyone knows this player, big, black, strong, and worker. Mourinho is a slave master. You know what I call him? He's a slave master.
See the banter.
It's banter, but it's to get it's to paint a picture of what I'm saying. Anybody who
he does like big players.
Anyone who can read between the lines will get what I'm saying. If you don't get it,
he likes big players.
Listen, remember what I said about I think that Mourinho, what he should have done was been more PC. Now, when I mean be more PC, the new players that are coming up today, they don't have the heart like that. They're not built like that. A lot of them were 15, 16-year-olds picked up by big agents, getting big money young, and they've been told they're the special thing since sliced bread. So by the time they get to Marshall's age, 21, 22, they think they've already made it in terms of money, social media, blah, blah, blah.
Before the game.
So that's where the game's changed for him. Where with him, he should have transitioned and played a PC game, seeing what Woodward was really about in terms of going forward. Are you going to get me my players? If you're not, I'm just going to let these guys go out there and just play. That's what I would have done. I'm not going to set them up to win, or not set them up to win, but I'm not going to set them up in a way people think I'm setting up as negative. I'm just going to pick an 11, say, guys, go out there, do your thing, do your step overs, do what you need to do. Don't track back, don't track your man, do what you need to do and go and play. That's what I would have done if I was Mourinho. Basically, don't stress yourself out about this situation because your board are not backing you. That's just what it is. But the pressure that we put on our manager as Man United coming as Jose Mourinho, we know him as a winner at the end of the day. What he doesn't like, Mourinho, he doesn't like to give little things like heart and effort and all that stuff to players. He wants them to have that already. So once you have that and you have the heart and you have that battleship in your mind, I can now take you to the next level. Hazard, he was doing wonderful things at Chelsea before Jose came. What happened when Jose came? Turn him into that champion. That sort of mentality.
I just kind of Jose. He said Jose doesn't want it. Have you heard players' interviews about Jose? When Adebayor played under Jose for 6 months, he said, when Jose spoke to me, I didn't even know if my brother's red or black.
He wants to die on the pitch for Jose.
I don't know what this
So what did Hazard say about Mourinho?
What
did Hazard say about
Jose
Mourinho?
is a motivational speaker.
Okay, so you've just picked Adebayor, and I'm picking
Multiple
Hazard.
players.
Who holds more weight, Hazard or Adebayor, in football history? Who hold more? Okay, so when Hazard says, you're just saying what player said. You said Adebayor. I'm picking someone 10 times better than.
Yeah, I need one player.
Yeah,
Hazard don't need nothing because Hazard got it. Hazard's a star, so that's a bad.
Okay, so if Hazard was a star, why wasn't he winning before Mourinho came? This is what I'm trying to say. He was flashy, he was this, he was that. But in terms of being a champion, you got to be consistent for 9 months in a season.
So Mourinho
it's not about being flashing.
So Mourinho made Hazard. Okay, so no. So
I'm not saying that.
You just said why was he winning before Mourinho came?
I'm not saying that Mourinho. I'm saying Hazard said this, not me.
So
Hazard said this.
But you just asked me a question. So why isn't Hazard Mourinho doing the same thing with Rashford then? If that's what you're saying,
he's saying that the kids are not built like that.
They're not built
he
like
said
that
the kids are not built like that. But I think it was Mido, former footballer. He's even the manager now. You know the one that played for Tottenham, the Egyptian one. He was on Sky Sports and he was saying, Jose, same thing you lot have said. Jose doesn't know that these kids are not he knows that the kids are not the same, but he's not doing anything about it. He still wants to maintain that. He's still looking at these certain players like John Terry, Lampard, Drogba. He needs to realize that they're not like that.
They were young but strong men.
And but they were young but strong men, and he needs to know that time has moved on, like we said earlier. Bro, did you see what Jose did to Rashford when Rashford missed that chance?
Rashford missed me about this,
I mentioned that earlier.
And what did I text you about after? What did I text you about?
That Rashford should have scored.
Listen,
but wait, can I ask something? So if you don't know what we're talking about, Rashford missed a chance early in the game against Young Boys in the Champions League. Jose turns to the crowd, to his bench, so he's got his players sitting there, he's got the crowd behind him, and he folds his arm and he's saying, look at that.
And why did he do that?
And even before the game, wait, let me talk.
Wait. Man went through on goal, I don't know what Rashford was doing. The ball went over the bar. You know what Jose turned around and said to man? But you man saying I should drop Lukaku for this. This is
Lukaku.
You man saying I should drop Lukaku for that. That's my fault though. After the game, that's my fault. That chance that he just missed there, that's my fault in it. You're not gonna blame me for that.
Can I ask a question?
This is what I used to say to him about Wenger. This is what I used to say to him about Wenger.
But wait. In the form Lukaku's in, with the way he's been playing, if that was Lukaku that missed that, would Jose do that? He wouldn't do that. That reaction.
I'm trying to say, it's all about fam. The thing is, forget him. Why did he do that, Samson? He knows the cameras are going. This is what I'm trying to tell you. The guy's a big gas bag. It's all about me. He's enjoying this, the camera time. He's enjoying all this media stuff. I think he wakes up. He loves seeing himself in the papers. He loves all this bollocks, fam.
Well,
he loves being a celebrity.
That's one incident. But you see how, like I said, off the podcast as well, how they cut out the camera when Fellaini scored the winner and ran over to hug Mourinho. This is what I'm trying to say. Everyone's just on this negative bandwagon about the players that they like. Look at Martial. Martial's last interview. What's Martial talking about?
That he needs to play more.
No, no, not that he needs to play more. His consistency has come from number one, playing more. He's giving more effort. He's thinking more about the game, not just about one thing. This is what I'm saying. These players come out. Luke Shaw, he's got a new 5-year contract. Why do I need to go and big up Mourinho right now? I can say what I want. If you want to sell me, you still got to pay me off my contract. So I'm cool. But he's still coming out saying, yo, I needed that tough love from Mourinho. Yeah. I needed that. It's helped me.
We'll come off this topic. But before we come off, before we come off, I'm just gonna leave us with a damning stat that I saw yesterday. Yeah. So in the 20 Premiership teams, United are bottom of the league for most kilometers run and most sprints, yeah. And this season we have not out-sprinted any team this season.
Don't care about these stats.
It's either the players are not putting in effort or something's definitely not working. So like you said earlier, the board needs to make a decision. Yeah. Personally, I'm at the point now. I think Ozil's run his course.
Yeah, but once again, who's going to make that decision?
Yeah, the board.
So right now, you've made up your mind. Jose's out. Leave Jose alone.
Yeah,
leave him alone. Not every manager. Yeah. Just go to the board now. Do your protest or whatever you need to do. We want Mourinho out. We want Mourinho out. Get your picket sign. Get to Manchester. Go to the board and let them know you want Mourinho out. Because whether you're Mourinho out or you're in, the board are sitting in the middle, chilling, getting their money.
Yeah, the board needs to go. To be
fair, not doing anything.
So yeah, that like I said, it was an eventful weekend, boy. So that was a lot of football. But we're gonna talk about boxing, man. Let's get into it. You man watched the fight?
Yeah, 100%.
You watched the fight?
Oh,
you didn't watch it?
How have you seen the highlights anyway?
Coach, I was hoping you watched that fight.
The main highlights anyway.
Tyson Fury, yeah. Let me give a special shout out to that guy, because I'm guilty and I put my hand up with it. I said Tyson Fury is just awkward. Like, that's all. Like, he's a messy fighter, blah, blah, blah. He's awkward.
But you're not wrong in that, though.
No, but I think yesterday...
He's just awkward.
Just awkward. No. He's more than awkward. Yeah. Tyson Fury yesterday, and I know Deontay Wilder's not the best boxer anyway, yeah?
I was about to come on to
but Tyson Fury, for a heavyweight and the way he moves, I was so impressed with that guy.
You've seen him before against Klitschko?
Nah, but even that one, it was still messy. It was a horrible fight. Yesterday, he boxed. The 1-2s that he was lighting Wilder up with, yeah, I couldn't believe it. Shout out Lloyd. I was watching it with Lloyd and Tabs. But so how did you see the fight, boy?
Bro, obviously, if there's no belts involved, you get me, like, he wasn't going to another man's country and that. Like, I was supporting Deontay, by the way. Fury won. Straight up and down. Like, on the points, there's no way you can argue it. You know what I'm saying? If you do look at the maths and you understand the scoring of combat sports or boxing, mathematically, Fury won every way. However, I look at it that the draw is a fair result. You come to another man's country. You didn't, to me, I'm still of the old school.
You have to win it from me.
For you to take the belt, you have to, I'm not going to say knock him out, but you have to put a proper beating on him, which I don't think he did. And again, I'm not sure Fury's entirely capable of. He outboxed him, yes, he had better moving than him. At the same time, I feel like he slept in the fight, bro. And I feel like the ref could have stopped it. We've seen it stop for less. Klitschko and Joshua got stopped for less. Fam.
Before, the undercard of that fight, yeah, someone went down and the referee started the 10 count ASAP. So you've got people by the side of the ring that, they jump up and they throw their hands up saying 1. So the referee has to keep on counting for maybe like 3, 4. Yeah. The referee started at 1. Fury, credit to him, there's no way he should have got up anyway, yeah? So credit to him for that. But he man did that, bruv. His eyes rolled back. He woke up like, what? Nah, I'll gotta get up. So I'll rate him for that. But yeah, like, I just feel like Wilder, in terms of boxing style, I've heard a lot of criticism after this fight that Wilder can't box, like he's rubbish. But I would like to say that no one in the heavyweight division fights like Fury. Like, anyone that fights Fury is gonna have those same problems. It's not just Wilder. You can't say Wilder's a terrible boxer because he struggled with Fury. I think if you put AJ Let me ask you: if you put AJ versus Fury, yeah, could you see it going the same way in terms of AJ can't figure him out? Like,
No.
you think AJ figures him out?
AJ figures him out because AJ ain't gonna do. Wilder's not a good boxer. AJ's proved that he can do both. Do you get what I'm saying? Against Joseph Parker, he already told you what he was going to do. I'm not going there to blitz him out in that because Joseph Parker's a clever boxer. So I need to switch my game and also be a clever boxer and box out in the range and all that sort. So AJ's got a smarter mind than what's his name? Wilder. Wilder is what he is. He's wild. That's just what it is. And if it's not a wild fight, that's why Wilder will always do better against an Ortiz. That's more dangerous than he will do against a Fury. Because Fury will make him think. And he doesn't want to think. He just wants to swing. And once he connects you with that right hand, we saw what happens. So that's why he will always do better against an Ortiz or a slugger than he would do against a Fury who will make him think, get him off his game. Whereas AJ will look at Wilder, have a different style. He will look at Fury, have a different style. That's the difference between the both.
So AJ's got in his bag to switch it up, like, because like I said, Fury's coming from like unorthodox stances and positions where he's fainting. Has AJ got the agility even? Because you need to have agility to fight to match that. You need to be able to move around with Fury. When you've pinned him down, you think you've pinned him down, but you haven't. He's very elusive. So you're saying AJ could get the job done?
Yeah. From what I've seen from AJ's fights, he looks like he can switch up his styles. He's just not this bruiser that's knocking people out.
Give examples.
Like that's what I'm saying. Even me, the most obvious one is Joseph Parker. That's more. Everyone came out of that fight.
Joseph Parker,
yeah, everyone came out of that thinking, you know, even the Takam fight and whatnot. Even that he was boxing on the outside.
So wait. Give example what style he's in this fight and what style he's in that fight. That's what I want. Because it's style.
So for instance, most of these knockouts or whatever, they've just come on that. Let's say someone either like Charles Martin, whatever. He's just coming forward to Charles Martin because Charles Martin ain't.
He didn't. He countered Charles Martin.
No, but what I'm trying to say is that he's not thinking, I need to outbox Charles Martin.
What I think is basically like against a plain example. Dylan White, he brawled.
Yeah.
Against Parker, he boxed. That's what you're saying.
What and he's able to do it.
That's okay.
Yeah,
cool. Which I agree with to an extent. Yeah. But like I said, when I look at something, I look at an overall picture. Tyson Fury is from a boxing family. These men have been boxing from young. AJ, man went bin, he was shot in this and that. He used to pump weights, he was a bricklayer, 21. I said, let me jump on this boxing thing. I don't know what else to do. Like, get me. Bricklaying, yes, peace. He jumped on it later. He's never going to be as good as a boxer. When I say a boxer, if they spar 100 rounds, Fury's going to get the better of him. You agree? Maybe you're going to be to this way. This is my thing, innit?
I'm with you.
As a boxer, yeah? Now, AJ, like Wilder, he's got that leveler. He can hit you and you're going to go to bed. I think he's a lot more, his punches are purer than Wilder as he's not swinging and he's more intelligent to get inside. I think he's carrying a lot more weight. He can actually be closer to, we've seen AJ come in as like 16 stone. We've recently seen him as 18 stone. So it just needs to be his team. That's the part I agree with. I think his team are more clever to work out a game plan and say, all right, this is going to be our game plan against Fury. I fancy AJ. I already said it in the sports group. I fancy AJ like coach
Fury,
against both guys. Yeah, against both. Like, if I have to choose, but I don't think it's as clear cut as he's saying it. You know what I'm saying? Like if Fury was to win, I wouldn't be surprised.
No, but when
if he was to outbox him, I wouldn't be surprised.
I wasn't really even coming across as in clear cut.
Yeah,
I just think that.
I sounded just like.
Yeah. I just think that he can solve Fury quicker than someone like Wilder. I think Wilder's very one-paced and one-dimensional, whereas I think AJ. Once again, I think a lot of people don't realise when it comes to Fury's not dumb. He knows before he gets in the ring, he needs to get you off mentally as well.
That's why he's doing all that.
He needs to get you off mentally as well. So once I saw Wilder doing the whole... Wilder thinks he's doing it for promotion. But what he don't understand is that Fury's already got you off your game. Already. He's taking you 12 rounds, you know. And you're talking about, this knockout, I'm going to make him go sleep after a few rounds, bro. He's already got you off your game. Do you get what I'm saying? Whereas I don't think AJ is that sort of guy. I think Fury can do all the antics or whatever, but AJ will stay focused on the job.
Which I 100% agree with. AJ's mental game.
Yes.
He's got that mental. Some man in life, you have it. Some you don't. You know, like when you watch UFC, Anderson Silva, whoever comes in his face, this guy will be calm. Certain man, like the guy Conor McGregor could beat for the belt, Aldo, we know him because, you get me? Aldo was the most peaceful guy, but Conor got in his head and he beat him before he got in the ring. That's basically what Coach is saying.
Yeah.
I get that.
I think he'll be more focused on the antics. He will know you can hype up this fight as much as you want, but I know what I need to do to beat you. and I'm not going to get into the whole hustle and bustle and my team's pushing your team and all that. You can try it, no problem, but that'll work with Wilder because that's how them American mans are. They just like the promotion, but they don't understand the mental side of the boxing as well.
So where does this leave AJ now? Because obviously it was a draw, so they got to run it back.
Listen, for me, the only thing that was going to, if it was a close fight, they were definitely going to call it a draw because the draw helps Wilder because
and
now,
Fury.
yeah. But I think
They can cut AJ out now for a minute.
I think Fury's a man that even if you don't fight me, I'm still gonna walk around and say, "Yo, you man didn't beat me."
Yeah, no, that's
so I
what
don't
it
think
is.
he even cared. Even if
He was
you don't
very,
fight
he was
me-
happy after the fight. He was
even
like,
that's what, because with him now he's thinking, you know what? I've had my fight in your back garden. Now you got to come to my back garden.
I would love to
And
see
guess
that.
what? If you don't come back to my guard and back to my country or whatever it is, no problem. But everyone's gonna be going at you Wilder saying, "Yo, you could even beat Fury. Fury beat you. Why are you fighting this guy?" So he already knows he's got the upper hand just by getting the draw.
Yeah.
And business-wise, it suits Wilder's team because Wilder's team know he's not that big as everyone says he is. And the AJ fight, they're just doing the same thing as Pacquiao. But the difference is when Mayweather and Pacquiao were stringing it out for 5 years, they were the A side. Al Heyman and them guys, they were the A side.
Yeah.
Now they're the B side on Pacquiao's side. So they have to string it out even longer. That's why I don't think this fight is going to happen like that because they're going to build Wilder's profile in the UK with Fury.
You don't think AJ Wilder's going to happen or AJ?
No, I think AJ and Wilder will string out. I don't think it's going to happen as quick as people want it to happen because I think now Al Heyman's on the B side. Before with Mayweather and Pacquiao, he was on the A side.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, so now he's on the B side. He has to stretch out Wilder's profile as much as possible. So now you really got to go to Manchester and fight Fury, and that's going to sell out like that. After the first fight, that's going to sell out like that.
Exactly. But that's what I say. That's what I think Samuel's asking. What do you think about where does it leave Joshua? Because for me, if I'm Eddie Hearn and Joshua, I'm a little bit pissed now.
Yeah.
Because all this time, everyone's talking about AJ versus Fury. AJ. I remember how many times have we said, who do you think, you get me, who do we want to fight next? I always said I wanted to see Wilder first, Fury after, innit?
Same here.
But now that them two, like, it's very clever from what Fury did.
Yeah.
Came out from his depression and said, listen, what? AJ's doing all this dossing about you.
Yeah.
Hey, Wilder, what gun? You want to fight?
Yeah.
I'm not on this gypsy.
Yeah.
I mean, let's go, you bum.
Yeah.
Simple. And they cut AJ out. You get me?
You know what it is? I think.
And now, they, like you said, they're going to have a rematch. They can even do a trilogy. Imagine if it's tight again.
If it's 1-1,
And who's AJ going to fight? I don't want to see White again.
That brings me to the
What will happen is, which I think we don't give AJ's team enough credit for, and Eddie Hearn, even though they go on these YouTube, whatever, and everyone says what they say, they've already put the A, B, and C outcomes from this Wilder and Fury fight. They're not done. They're not gonna wait for the result before they start thinking about what they're gonna do. They already know Wilder wins, we call Wilder straight away. Fury wins. It goes back to A where Wilder and Fury's gonna fight each other.
We'll fight
then
Dylan White.
Then it comes to see Dylan White maybe. For me, if they were smart in terms of selling out Wembley like that, you go and fight at Ortiz. That's what's gonna get people's juices flowing in terms of. I don't think White Part 2 is gonna get people's juices
I think it will.
flowing.
I think
Not
it will.
as much as White.
What I was told anyway was that depending on that yesterday was a playoff. That's what from what I was, you get me. Fury and Wilder was a playoff for AJ. Yeah, I know. He's not, but he's got the 3 titles.
I'm an AJ fan, innit? And like I said,
Yeah, but he's got the 3 titles, so that's what I mean. So it was a playoff for who gets AJ. Yeah, and
Fury never lost his belt.
no, but that's what I'm trying to say.
You have to be diplomatic.
No, he's a linear
Right,
champion.
right.
He's a linear
That's what I'm
champion.
trying to say.
But what I'm saying is, if Fury won, Wilder had a rematch clause. So if that was the case, AJ was gonna fight Dylan White, providing he gets past Chisora in April. So that's what I'm trying to say. So it's seeming like,
What if he don't?
I think Chisora's going to bang his head. Like, I think so on the first fight.
This is why I think that the AJ's team, well, I hope they have, from what I've seen in the past, how they move, they've already got loads of options there. Because once again, you can talk about White and thing too, but if you lose to Chisora, ain't no one want to see AJ and White too. They probably want to see Chisora. I don't want to see Chisora and thing at Wembley.
They won't fight. They're boys.
So for me, it's got to be someone like an Ortiz.
that won't fill out.
No. It will. You know, the reason why it will fill out because people will be like, okay, so AJ, you're not doing this whole padding up your. Okay, Ortiz, yo, that's a dangerous fight right there.
You're giving fans too much credit, fam.
No,
How much fan are you going to feel that?
What I'm saying, who right now would be his option to fill out Wembley?
That's the problem.
Dylan White, if he wins. Dylan White, if he wins.
That's what I say. That AJ and Fury's draw. I mean, sorry, Fury and Deontay's draw has messed their team up a bit
Yeah.
Fair enough, you can say yeah they had the. I don't think they were thinking about draw, fam.
I think no, but what I'm saying, but I think that someone like Eddie Hearn, as much business as he's done,
Yeah,
he's already said in so many interviews.
In the game.
If Fury wins, we know the fight is off. In April 13th with AJ, we know it's with Wilder. That's off because there's an automatic rematch. So you think they didn't put in their plans as well as a draw? The draw is as much as a defeat. No, it's as much of a victory for Fury.
Yeah.
Basically, a draw is the same as basically a win against Wilder. The fight is off because they need to go and have now the rematch, and that's what fans are gonna clamour for. And he's gonna come to the UK, so it works out for both them fighters. But for me, I think numbers wise, White does more than Ortiz, no problem.
Yeah.
But I think in terms of the way people are seeing AJ now, because AJ's not a talker. So when you're not a talker, especially on social media and all that, when you're not a talker like Fury and Wilder and all that stuff, everyone we live in a social media world. So everyone's coming out saying, "Oh, Eddie Hearn, you're talking for him. AJ, why are you punking out a Wilder? What, you don't want to fight Wilder?" But Wilder's in every interview talking about, "Yo, AJ don't want it." Fury's talking about, "Oh, AJ's a dosser." They're doing a lot of talking. AJ don't do the talking. But if you don't talk in this day and age, guys just think, you're scared. That's why you're not talking. You're scared. It's not that he's scared. He just moves differently.
He
just moves differently.
Real people can see that. Anyone with brain can see that. Real one
he just moves differently. And for boxing fans like us lot, we understand how AJ moves, so it's not a problem to us. When it happens, it will happen, innit? But for the casual fans, which there's more casual fans than real boxing fans.
To be honest, it's a good shot at him and Ortiz because Ortiz looked good yesterday. He looked good. Yeah, he won. Stopped him in the last round.
Did he get touched though?
Nah.
But fam, the way Tyson disrespected Ortiz, I thought, because I was rating that Wilder win, yeah. Then after Tyson's like, Deontay is fourth. Man, if you say Deontay, I said Dante. He's like, Dante fought like that. He was that tubby guy. And it was like, nah. That just made me think, right, this guy's not really that, man.
Nah. Ortiz is he was basically the most ducked heavyweight. Like people didn't want to fight him. So I think AJ should take that fight.
Did you man see that panel thing on IFL TV with the legends? They had my guy Nick Bow on there,
Lewis,
Holyfield Lewis, and they asked them, man, if it was you, like, would you have taken the bag? And that's what I don't like. I feel like the journalists were trying to basically stick it on them to shit on AJ basically, and all of them said they would have taken the bag, but at the same time, all of them still said this. They let the white man speak for them. So I was like, how you man criticizing
Lennox
AJ?
Lewis, yeah.
Because that's what everyone's looking at AJ like now. That's what the angle Deontay tried to come. You got some white man speaking for you. But at the same time, they would do the same thing. You let your promoter and your manager handle the business. I'm the boxer. I'm there to fight.
Listen, Lennox Lewis, I have a lot of time for Lennox Lewis. Yeah, top that legend. Yeah,
but I didn't like what
and obviously he trains with his brother Ryan. So of course the link is there. But I feel like there's some sort of like. Not animosity, it's too strong. AJ, I feel like Lewis never got the British public on his side. Obviously, you had the Canadian, and then what was it? Jamaica, Britain. He's seeing the way AJ was on this what I said. Not hate. But this what I said to Lloyd yesterday. Yeah, AJ's first fight was on Sky Sports. Like, do you know how mad that is? He's been fast tracked to the max to where. The money is on that. Someone like Lewis, the work that he put in, he's sitting back thinking, okay, this guy's good, but is he the best like that? Does he deserve? Because the way he was talking, that's everything. Every time Lewis talks about AJ, is never fully 100%. No, and that's why I feel like maybe he's thinking, this guy like.
I just go facts.
If what Lacey's saying in terms of even guys might be thinking, you got the white guy talking for you and whatever. Listen, even if you go to guys like Wilder and whatever, how many managers does Wilder have? Jeez, Shelley Finkel, DeBella, or whatever his name is. Then you got Al Heyman. How many managers do you want?
It's even embarrassing. Yeah. When to me sometimes when athletes start talking about the business, like, bro, don't do it. You sound like a fool. Stay in your lane. Do your boxing. While they're trying to come out and you get
know your numbers in the background. Do your boxing.
Don't come and start.
That's why someone like AJ. He don't really do the talking because he's got his own separate. He's got his own. Apart from Eddie Hearn, he's got his own separate guys that run over the numbers. So guess what? When I'm earning 20 mil for my other fight and Deontay, you're earning 2.5. You can't ask me for certain amounts of money unless you can show me on paper that's what you're making.
That's a good question. Wait. If so when AJ and when Fury and Wilder fight, and if Wilder gets through it, and obviously his profile's up now. Can AJ's team still demand
I think
the lion's share?
Things already said it. Eddie Hearn said we have to give them more.
Okay.
But they'll still get the inside either way because, like you said, they got more belts.
Yeah. So he's already said. Obviously, if he beats Fury and his profile comes up, then obviously that's when we have to go back to the table. But these guys don't want to come to the table. They use AJ's name, but they don't want to come to the table. And the reason why I know that what Eddie Hearn is saying is true is because the same way as what Pacquiao and Bob Arum used to do with Mayweather. They used to come out interviews, oh, Mayweather don't want it, blah, blah, blah. But these guys don't want to sit down with Al Heyman and make a deal. At the end of the day, Bob Arum can talk about what he's doing in the thing, but he weren't doing it. And case in point, it shows today. Who's Pacquiao with now?
See what I'm saying?
He's with Al Heyman.
Up until the last, say, 2-3 years, you might know already. Like, I was watching boxing like with my dad in the 90s, innit? So I fell off for all this. Once the Klitschko's brothers won it, I stopped watching boxing, innit? And the issue, I'll tell you the issue with boxing, fam, is what he was just speaking about a second ago, fam. You've got manager, you've got promote. There's too many men at the table, cuz. If I want to make a deal with you, Samuel, we can hash it out in 5 minutes. If I now been coaching to say, oh yeah, coach is gonna say, hang on, but now it gets messy.
You know, Dots made me realize yesterday.
Yeah,
he was like, yeah,
boxing
if
is
Fury fought AJ, yeah, with Frank Warren and that, like, obviously, what channel would they even fought on?
You see what I'm saying?
One's BT Sports, one's Sky
I've never
Sports.
mentioned channel. There's too much. It's not as
too
easy.
many
That's the problem with boxing,
Normally
man.
what happens
And that's what ruins
with
it
the
for me.
channels, it depends how much money they're gonna make. The channels know they're gonna make a boatload of money. Same with Showtime and HBO.
Yeah.
When it was Pacquiao thing, they did half and half.
Yeah.
They had their commentary. Showtime had their stuff.
Yeah.
Showtime had their 24/7 with Pacquiao.
Yeah.
They had their all access with Mayweather. These companies, no, we're rivals. But if there's enough in the pot for everyone, come on, guys, let's not do this whole BT Sport and Sky Sports. Let's just get together, do our own pay-per-views, do our own pay-per-views, and what because AJ is the A side. And Eddie Hearn knows this, and he's not going to dilute AJ because social media is saying fight him, fight Fury, fight this. You don't know what goes into the business of boxing, and it's been going on for the hands of time. Don King, Bob Arum, Muhammad Ali, all these people that have been managed by these guys. It's been going on from the hands of time. These promoters and all that sort of stuff. So it's not nothing different. But once again, we live in the social media world. So
no, I think it's definitely different. It's definitely worse. We didn't have as many managers, as many promoters, as many TV stations. It's too much. As many belts.
Listen,
WWF belt, IBO belt, FFF belt, MMA belt.
Magazine, there's a ring magazine belt.
Yeah, but once again, that's the federation. Once again, making money. If two guys go and fight for this belt and two guys go and fight for that belt, and then two guys go and fight for this belt, we're just making more money instead of one
UFC,
belt.
yeah.
It's even hurting.
UFC.
That's what I'm saying.
UFC, if you want a title, there's one ranking. You get me? But before we come up, before we get out of here, let's quickly talk about White Chisora. Yeah, we haven't brought that down. The first fight was close. Yeah. First of all, do you think won the first fight?
Chisora.
You think Chisora won the first fight?
100%.
Who do you think won the first fight? I think White just.
I think it was a draw.
Yeah, you wouldn't be mad if a draw.
I just think White's the better boxer, so I think that's what did it for him.
How do you see it going?
it's
You
about-
reckon it'll be a tear up again?
I think it's the other way around. Chisora's the better boxer. White's got a better tank. But Chisora, you saw it. First of all, if you look at the highlights here, Chisora landed the cleaner. White had more volume. When you say White's a better boxer, maybe he's got a better stance, slightly better movement, but actual punches, fam, he didn't land as much clean on Chisora as Chisora did land on him. There was shots where White's head was going like this. You watch it.
The sweat was flying.
And even White's brother, he was watching an interview. He admitted himself. He said the reason why people think Chisora won is because he landed the more bangs like that. Dylan's head was all over the place. I think it's a different level. Like even that knockout that Chisora did against Takam, like to be getting banged in the fight. That to me is always the test of a true fighter. When you're getting battered and then you come back.
But yesterday, when I said I was rating Wilder for that knockdown in the last round, that's what I meant. Like he was down and out, energy gone, and he knocked him down like that. But so
that's why I don't think like White is actually. If people think Deontay is bad, White is awful. Like, I would actually love to see a fight between White and Wilder just for the entertainment.
He's improved though.
Guess what? Once again, as fans, we would love to see that fight. But Wilder's team don't want that fight because they know that White is dangerous. This is what I'm trying to say.
I don't think so. I think it was
listen, if they was gonna
wash him.
The reason why they even fought Fury this time. Fury's had a couple years off. Done the cocaine and all that stuff. Let's catch him at this time. Let's not let him warm up to good fights.
I don't agree with that.
No, they thought they was going to catch him cold. No, listen. See with Wilder, yeah. Wilder.
He's a warrior, man.
The way that you see how these American fighters, you can look through them and sense the fakeness in them.
Yeah, it's true.
When I'm hearing Wilder say one, when I'm saying Wilder say one,
your boy bro now. He's the biggest.
When I see Wilder saying one thing on the interview, Then his man's just saying the other thing. Then when I'm seeing people like AJ, whatever he says is quite consistent with what Eddie Hearn is saying. So I know everybody's got the same mentality. When Wilder saying, yeah, I want the fight, AJ. No, I don't care. You know what it is? I don't even care. Give him 60-40. Right? Next interview. You know what? Nah, man, I deserve 50-50. I ain't coming nowhere unless I get 50-50. Next thing you know, oh yeah, they offered me 12 million. That's nothing. You can't give me 12 million. I want 15, 20 million. Right? But you ain't been making more than 2.5 recently though, my brother. Like, so how can you be asking for that? So I'm saying Wilder is a man. These American fighters, they love to talk. Like the other guy, what's the other heavyweight's name? Andre Miller. He's another one.
Oh, Big Baby.
Yeah, Big Baby, whatever. He just loves to talk. But he just loves to talk. But you know those guys there, Broner. What's Broner gonna do on this all access thing? He's gonna talk up the thing so much just to get sparked out.
You know when you talk and you don't even talk good, like you know when the banter don't flow.
Oh wait, you think Broner loses that? Yeah.
Trash. I remember that's another guy that I said when you was blacking him, Broner. I was not on. I was not feeling from day.
Broner's just a victim of his own hype.
No, he's just not as good as he thought.
No, he would have. If he knuckled down.
When I saw the Maidana fight.
He had heart in that though. He had heart in that.
Listen, he had heart, but what I wanted to see, besides the heart, have you got the tactics to switch it up with Maidana? Look at once again. Look what. I mean, obviously we know they're in different stratospheres. Look at what Floyd did to Maidana. He made Maidana look a bit.
No, the first fight was
first fight was doing because he's doing the whole back of the head room.
Yeah,
and he looks active. Do with. But let's be real. Since that Maidana fight, where's Maidana been?
No, I get you. But
he's overweight. Have you seen him?
Yeah.
Oh my! I don't know what's going on.
Because he got the bag. He got the bag, innit?
He got the bag. He's out. But it always happens with guys when they play Mayweather. What happened to him after Mayweather? But wait, it's like when you fight Mayweather, everyone. Because
I was gonna get out of it, but just before we leave now, and we're gonna talk about it more on when it's closer to the date. So, how do you feel Pacquiao beats Broner? Do you think just output? Because Broner, he seems to not throw in bunches anymore.
I'll be surprised if Broner don't get knocked out.
What?
I'll be surprised. I'll be surprised if Broner don't get knocked out.
Has he been knocked out before?
What are you surprised about?
Wait, has he been knocked out before? When has he been knocked out?
No.
What's Broner showing you?
It's two different. That's what I'm saying. Like it's two different levels.
Yeah.
What? You still think Pacquiao? Wait, you still think Pacquiao at that level?
Okay,
that's my point. This is not Pacquiao 5 years ago.
Okay. I'm thinking of.
No. This is politician Pac. He's gonna go back to the podium after this, fam. He's a politician.
Pacquiao knows if I put on a good performance against Broner,
I might
catch
get
Floyd. So his motivation, once again, now he's actually getting paid for once. He's not getting ripped off like Bob Arum ripped him off. He's actually getting paid now. So for him, his money's set. Now I can just focus on the fight. I don't focus about debts and all that sort of stuff. I think he's gonna knock out Broner.
I hope so.
Wow.
I hope he does. I don't
because
like
for me, Broner, I was backing him when he first come out. I'm thinking, you know what?
Oh, you backed him too? Yeah.
When he first come out. Yeah, when he had those little fights, because I was looking at his mentality, I was thinking,
so
you know what?
It up after the mentality.
No. What it is as well. When you're coming out doing the hole and all that sort of stuff, and then you get in the ring, and then you're doing a stanky leg, and when you get knocked down or whatever, and you're getting up, and that's when I saw that. You know what? You're not that guy. You like to talk, but because he didn't switch anything up in that fight. He did not switch anything up, and that's what I like to see in the boxing fight.
That fight, I was not feeling this guy. I'm not talking about his boxing. But I'm talking about his energy. Like I just saw him as trying to be Floyd. And you got to be yourself. Floyd is Floyd, you be you.
And even Floyd was classy with it.
Floyd was only Floyd later on. Yeah.
Thank you.
When he was money,
this is what people forget.
When he was
after every fight, what does Floyd say?
Yeah, one hell of a fighter.
God, this guy's a hell of. That's what I'm saying.
A hell of a fighter.
People didn't get that was all promo to the build up for the fight.
Brother was saying, I smashed your wife after the fight.
And he only done that when he became money waiver.
Exactly.
People forgot the Floyd Mayweather.
Pretty boy Floyd.
People forgot Pretty Boy was putting the lacing on fighters. He was lacing fighters.
Before he broke his hand, he was messing guys up.
But when he went to Moneyweaver after De La Hoya's fight,
it's a business.
That's when he was just like, oh, okay.
I'm the best. I might as well.
Are we talking about a United Arsenal preview or should we leave that?
Oh, that's what we forgot to talk about. Oh my God.
I'm tired.
No, wait. No. That's what I forgot to talk about. Okay, I'm gonna pause it. Yeah.
Pause it.
So we actually missed the preview. We're gonna talk about it now. Yeah. So Man United, Arsenal, Wednesday. I don't even know what to expect. Obviously, Arsenal just brushed Tottenham 4-2. You know, Tottenham brushed us at Old Trafford. But like Nesi said, United always get up for these games.
Yep. Now, you might know me, fam. Every time that fixture sheet comes out in July, whenever it comes out, fam, the first match I look for before Spurs is Man United. Us man are the same age. I've never subscribed to the whole North London because I grew up always beating Tottenham. The team I hate is more like Man United. I hate them more than almost as much as I hate Satan. You feel me? So Yeah, man. Obviously, I'm not gonna lie. No matter how dead Man United are, there's never been a United game where I'm not nervous, fam. You see what I'm saying? So on paper, looking at both of our seasons, should we beat you? Yes. 2 factors though. We always lose to United. We always seem to lose to Mourinho, fam. So you get me. I'm not confident, hopeful, but you get me. I'm hopeful. That's what I'm gonna say.
Arsenal have lost to Man United. Emery hasn't. Maybe Emery's got the next thing.
The thing is, I've seen so many matches we've battered you and still lost over the years. Battered you and we still lost. Last season at the Emirates.
Yeah.
How did you get away with that, fam? Even we can talk about before the hair when you lot ended the 49 beat and run, fam. We should have had like 6 red cards that match, fam. You get me? And Rooney died for the penalty. Like this, I can go. My memory's like a thing, fam. You see what I'm saying? I can talk back to the 1999s when. Oh, let me not. let me not upset myself.
How do you see the game going?
Get me?
I think what Nesi is saying is correct to a certain degree in terms of I will be shocked if United don't win the game.
Whoa! What?
Based on what Nesi is talking about, instead of Arsenal coming to Old Trafford.
This is a different.
Because this is how Man United have been.
Have we won at Old Trafford?
This is. No, you have. I'm sure you have.
Welbeck.
Yeah.
Okay.
FA Cup thing.
That's
yeah.
it. But not in the league though. Not in the league.
So one of our players scored for you. Okay, so basically, for me, based off the history of the fixture at Old Trafford. Secondly, like Nesi said, Mourinho, he likes to always get one over at Arsenal as well. And at the same time, I just think that this is how Man United have been. We will draw with Wolves. We will draw with Southampton, but then we'll beat Arsenal.
How would you set up against Arsenal on Wednesday?
4-3-3.
Go on.
Who in that?
Who is there? Was there any injuries from Saturday?
Luke Shaw came off.
Lukaku might be injured as well. You tried to control the ball.
Oh my God, Lukaku.
See, you can keep saying it, but he will score on Wednesday. He will score.
That's if he plays. Did you see it?
He'll play. That's what they
see what he does.
So based on everyone being fit, yeah, based on everyone being fit, I would go for, obviously we don't need to talk about the goalkeeper, whatever. I would go for Valencia. Yeah. You can do all you want, but this is the board's players that said he's good enough. This is what Ed Woodward said. He's good enough to play right back for Man United. So yeah,
No.
Okay,
I want to hear this. I want to hear this. Valencia.
Yeah. Smalling, Jones.
Oh my
Smalling.
God.
Listen, Smalling, Jones, Shaw. You keep laughing, but these are
It's
the
a
players.
wrap, G.
These are the players that Woodward said is good enough to win the league. Don't forget, this is your board. Yeah, this is your board, not Mourinho. Mourinho's wanted them two out for the longest. Okay, cool. So that's your board saying them two. Yeah, obviously, sure, if he's fit. The 3 in the middle, I'd play Matic, Fred, and Pogba, and then up front, I'll do Fred. Yeah, I'll do Fred.
Go on.
And then up front, I would do Martial, Lingard, and Lukaku.
Martial, Lingard, Lukaku.
That's what I would.
So you really don't wait Rashford at all, do you?
I'm just saying right now.
Yeah.
Do you as an Arsenal fan, you would fear Rashford more in that sense? Okay.
Of course you would, but actually, to be fair, Rashford in this fixture has put a bit of
and that's what this is.
I'm shocked at you. I'm shocked that you don't. I don't know if you don't rate him or I don't know the talent you don't rate him. I'm surprised.
In terms of the English talent that's coming through and everything, I think Rashford gets blown up more than someone like a Sancho, and I think Sancho is even better than Rashford. His brain is better than Rashford. That's my thing. I think Rashford is a straight line speed player, but we've already discussed that anyway. So you tell us your Arsenal starting line.
Arsenal starting line now. Yeah, Leno in goal, Bellerin right back. Not that I'm a big fan. I would actually go 5 at the back for this game. Get me?
Wow, you would switch it up, a winning formula.
We played 5 at the back today though. We started then we went to 4. But yeah, I would just, I don't know. I just feel more. Second.
But stuff you look like he got injured today.
Yeah, possibly for real. Yeah, you're right. So that would leave Holding, Socrates. I don't know when Monreal's coming back. I don't know because Shelly's probably gonna be done out there.
Is that defense on paper? We should be able to get at them. Go on, carry on.
Bro, I'm in stew now then. Yeah, we've got no. If Mustafi's cleared, yeah.
You got to go 4.
Have to go 4.
You have to go 4.
Mad. Alright then. So, well, Xhaka's going to be in. Xhaka's got a yellow card, so he's missing.
Oh yeah, he's missing.
So, alright. So, I've got to go 4-2-3-1, innit? So, yeah. Collar, Bellerin, Socrates, and Holding. Then, yeah, obviously in front, Xhaka's missing, so it's going to have to be Torreira and Guendouzi.
Yeah.
I'm a bit concerned, even though I'm a big fan of Guendouzi, I'm a bit concerned of a kid starting in that big game. Then, yeah. Obviously, front 4. This is where it gets tough now. Because you know
I
what?
want to see if it starts like that.
Innit, you lot know me. I don't like Ozil, and I can't. And we
won't
can't.
play?
I hope so. I don't like Ozil. He can't play in this game, so I have to rule him out. But then
He
again,
might be arrested for Wednesday.
then again,
Back spasms.
bro, you know, I'll go for flipping.
What's that?
It's
front
gonna go.
four?
I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to drop one or the other. Mickey or Iwobi, and based off current form, I'm gonna have to say Mickey. So I have to start with. So my front four is gonna have to be Ramsey, Lacazette, Aubameyang.
God damn.
And it will be
That's
whichever
So
order you
you
want. Yeah,
put Aubameyang and Obi on the wings.
Aubameyang can play
That's
on the
the
left. Yeah,
problem.
Aubameyang on the right.
That's the problem.
So, yeah.
That's what they did today. You know that
Ramsey in the
was
hole.
middle. Yeah,
Yeah,
that was the
exactly.
problem.
I really do think it's gonna be just an open game.
Yeah.
I really do think, especially if Arsenal score first. I think
Who's
they're
reffing? If I see that Mike Dean again, I'm switching off, bro. I can't stand that guy. Fam, I just feel he enjoys it when he gives decisions against us, man. He loves it.
What do you think the score's going to be? No offense to it. What do you think it's going to be?
Like you said, open game. I could go for a 2-2, you know.
Yeah.
But there's one of those that could be a 3-0 to you or 3-0 to us. It's too unpredictable, this game, bro.
Oh
It's too
my
unpredictable.
God.
Did
he bang that?
What a goal.
Shit.
What a
It's too
goal.
unpredictable.
It's too
But yeah, if I'm forced to predict a position, I'll go for 2-2.
2-2, what are you saying?
3-1 United.
3-1 United.
I just don't think there's going to be no defending going on.
Another factor I can't see why I can't see a W here is Arsenal. We're not known to do 2 big games back to back and get 6 points. It don't happen. We're not City. We're not Liverpool. We can't play Tottenham and Man United.
Spurs didn't do it. They played Chelsea.
It's hard to do that, you know. Win 2 games back. Even City.
Because the intensity that they put in for that game is what. Like that's what I was saying. The intensity that Tottenham put in on Wednesday against Inter to win that match that they had to win, to raise it again for Saturday.
That could end up in another debate. But you know, that's another one of the things I'm not hearing. I don't hear all this. I'm tired and that 3 for professionals at the highest level. I'm sorry. I'm not hearing that, guys. 3-4 days rest, you should be good to go again. I'm sorry. That's what they were doing. When Man United won the treble, I didn't hear man say they were tired from. You get me?
No, they were going.
But we had 4 strikers rotating, bro.
True.
Like that. Don't start me on that season, man. On that team.
Also, when you go to Old Trafford, Manchester up north, what players are going to be ready for that
on a Wednesday?
On a Wednesday, cold evening. Sometimes it comes down to that, you know. Who is ready for that sort of?
You know when I clock that's real, yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever played football in the cold?
Yeah.
Yeah,
100%.
You know the first 10 minutes, you're thinking, what am I doing here?
Yeah.
What am I here? What's this?
Trust me. So imagine on that professional level as well, with the pressure, with the mental side of the game. And who is ready to play on a Wednesday?
We just
you see how dead Old Trafford's been. You're like, we're gonna be
fire.
But
You know, I got to stop Aubameyang. Yeah.
Woo! If Arsenal score first, then the game is going to get open.
Pogba needs a big game.
If we score first, you know, we'll definitely come back.
Pogba needs a big game.
You'll definitely equalise.
Pogba needs a big game. I wouldn't start Lukaku. I'll bring him off the bench.
Okay, no problem.
Is he injured though? Have you checked that?
Bro, he's
If
fit.
he's
It
not-
was faking. What are you talking about? He played straight after.
So you
He was
want-
embarrassed.
So when your boy
Lukaku didn't
Rashford
come
come
off.
So you want your boy Rashford coming?
I'll play Rashford against Arsenal. Rashford scored against Arsenal before. I'll play
I'm
Rashford
just
against
asking,
Arsenal.
no problem.
I'll play Rashford,
No problem.
Lukaku. I'll play Rashford, Lingard, and Martial.
Okay, no problem.
Do you get me?
No problem, man.
So
After he injured himself falling over. I swear I read he was in.
no, he's not injured, bro. He just saved his
And
face.
who's your other part of the team?
I put Pogba,
Yeah.
and I know Herrera didn't have a good game on Saturday, but we need someone to bite around. And then when he gets tired, I'll take him off like for like with Fred.
I actually feel
Yeah,
like
I'll start.
Herrera's an underrated player.
Yeah, he is underrated, but
Yeah.
once again, I don't think these players are not firing you to the promise.
Someone needs to stay on to Ramsey. What I'm trying to say is I think Ramsey will play number 10, yeah? I think they'll do what they did today. I think Herrera needs to stay on Ramsey.
I think Ramsey's not one of them players, even though like Nesi said, he don't do nothing terrific. I don't think he's one of them players that you can just mark like that as well.
No, you can't mark him.
Lingard.
Yeah, you can't mark him, yeah.
Yeah.
Ramsey
He makes
makes
those
space and
unselfish
yeah,
runs.
exactly.
Yeah.
But that's why I think Herrera just has to be clued on. We need someone clued up. Because
Your
Pogba's
free
not...
midfield would be you. Pogba, Herrera.
Matic. Matic in the anchor. I know Matic has been very poor.
So you know,
but
4-3-3
4-3-3.
5, yeah?
4-3-3. I'll go 4-3-3.
If all them man are on job, Guendouzi, that could be a problem for you, know.
Well,
But listen, it also depends on who's going to be on your right midfield.
I hope you don't know.
Because you got this.
Right or left, yeah,
You're gonna have to double up on Martial.
Yeah.
If you keep letting him run at Bellerin all day long,
Oh.
I don't know if Iwobi's gonna
Forgot
track
about
back like
for
that.
real. Well, Martial, yeah, he's gonna.
I think he'll
it's
start.
only gonna start in though.
I think he'll start because he didn't play. He didn't.
Who?
He didn't start.
Martial
I
didn't
think
start,
he
no.
So I think he'll start the
Do you
Arsenal.
reckon he's gonna start your hero, fam? Fellaini?
He is. Fellaini's gonna play. I'm saying my London that I think I want.
But realistically, when you look at Fellaini against Arsenal as well, it's like, yo, Arsenal, if you want to give away free kicks, no problem. Jose will curl that ball into the box, and Fellaini will get his head on the ball.
It's not even just
I'll bring Fellaini on though.
You know Fellaini's good at, fam? All of that.
Elbows,
He throws up. Is that playing Stoke? He's a one-man Stoke. And everyone knows Arsenal Stoke.
Yeah.
So he's actually a good player to play against us.
It's gonna be a good game.
I don't like seeing Fellaini's how I play. I'm playing. I don't like to play against them, fam. I know you're gonna rough me up.
If this game's at the Emirates, I'd say Arsenal win. I don't think it would be. I would say Arsenal win.
Lost you at the Emirates when we battered you as well.
You have, but I think you guys are using Emirates to your advantage now. A lot of the time now. I think Emre's trying to, even when you can see him in the games, he's trying to get the G up the crowd and all.
That Old Trafford pitch looks so big.
Bro.
That one day looks huge.
Listen, this is what I made a point to Samuel. I made a point to Samuel, and he kind of dismissed it. I think that's one of the reasons, and you might not be agreeing with me, but I think that's one of the reasons why Sanchez is struggling. When I see Sanchez dribbling at Old Trafford in open space, he don't look like he's moving.
Yeah, he looks like the pitch is so big.
But when he was playing at the Emirates, when he was cutting in, he was straight in the box. But Old Trafford, when he's running with the ball, he's picked it up from just past the halfway.
And he's thinking, no.
And he's thinking,
Lukaku's up
in
there.
the boxes. Yo, I can't run that far. But then he cuts in and plays that lazy
inside pass.
Inside
the dink.
Floating pass. But I'm saying, when I watch, it's so weird, I know it's something stupid, but when I watch him play and he's driving forward into the space, he don't look like he's covering the Old Trafford ground enough.
Emirates, he used to cover ground,
Emirates, when he picked up the ball, once he cut in,
he was there to shoot,
The box was there, like, yo, what can I do? Chip it in.
Old Trafford is massive.
That's what I'm telling you, it's mad.
Man, it's been
you think someone like Rashford can play at White Hart Lane? No way, never. It's not enough for us.
Close touch, and you have to have a close touch. But man, it's been a very good podcast. I've enjoyed this one, man. This has been a solid one. My favourite one so far. I need to listen to this back.
About ball. You guys
we'll revisit a lot of these topics over the season. It's a long season, so that's the beauty of it.
Jose in.
But Coach, shout out Coach for today. Nesi, thanks for coming.
Man.
Man. Alright, next week, guys. Love.